I got blessed by new Twitter. Yo, Ryan, thank you very much for the raid. Thank y'all. I got blessed by new Twitter now. Yo, ho, let's go. New Twitter. Looks good. Oh, hello everyone, hello. X Alfie, thank you very much for 3 months. Thank you, thank you. How's everyone doing? It's super hot in Vancouver. Films Y Jello, thank you very much for 9 months.
Yay!
Oh, yay! That's the line with the yay. I added more sound effects. Well, not from last time, but we have 20 now. We have John Cena. His name is John Cena! Da, 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 da. Amateur Andy with 8 months. Thank you very much. Thank you. Happy OJ. Oh, thank you very much with Twitch Prime subscription. Top right, by the way. Thank you. Do you make your own reads? Yes. There's a video on my YouTube channel. Whenever you have a question, look it up on my YouTube channel. There may be your answer. What color is your hair? It's don't know. What color is it? I haven't gotten any hair treatment for a while. So it's like I don't know. But I'm planning to get rid of that blue. Say goodbye to the blue. I'm thinking maybe I will, like, you see my original, like, the root of my original hair color. I'm thinking of kind of dyeing it all the way to, like, here. And then the rest will be, like, blue again. Kind of like the end will be blue, but then the top will be close to my, like, original hair color. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do with my hair right now. It's kind of abandoned. Universal Geneve, thank you very much for the gift sub with the tier 1, 2, Delupus and Hail Gaming, thank you. And Sim7 with the Twitch Prime subscription. Let's go. Please make Ryan show shoulders on stream. What does that mean? Oh, please make Ryan show shoulders. What? What do you mean? Shoulder hair? Why do you want to see shoulder hair? We want to see his shoulders? You don't want to see his shoulders. You wouldn't tell if he were to show your shoulder, you wouldn't tell the difference between if he's holding Tomo or if it's his shoulder. It's just like it's head and then 2 Tomos. It's like 1 Tomo, 2 Tomo. And you'd be like, why did you shave Tomo's fur and then put it on your shoulder? It's you will think that. Shoulders or we riot? I'm telling you, you just basically Photoshop Ryan's head and then put 1 Tomo, 2 Tomo. And then that's his shoulder. Ryan went on a rant about his hairy body. It's very hairy. I keep telling him that he needs to get waxed or lasered, because I'm freaking every day. I wake up and pick up his freaking body hair in the bathroom. It's like he sheds more than our cats. Does he shave it? Hell no. Take Ryan to the groomers. They're called body waxers. You know, if I get 700 sub points, I will bring Ryan to all body waxing place, and I'll make a YouTube videos about it. And you'll maybe you'll hear Ryan screaming like what? What? Don't say that. He wants to get shaved. Like waxed. If it's better if we make sub goal out of it, I guess. So he would actually do it. Pork stir. Thank you very much with the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank y'all. He doesn't necessarily wants to get his body waxed, but because he knows that I go through every day picking up his body hair in the bathroom floor because it's everywhere. He knows that it is pain for me, so he wants to help me decrease the labor by getting waxed. So he will sacrifice himself, his body hair, so I don't have to clean as much. Do you have a Roomba? I had a Roomba until freaking it sucked. Roomba sucks. I don't recommend getting Roomba. It sucks. It like bounces, like it gets stuck everywhere, and sometimes like cats will attack the Roomba and it gets like error, and it just stops working, and it gets caught by literally everything. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just turn on the Roomba and then come back and it's gonna be all clean now, right? No, you find that it got caught on something stupid, or like it was dragging one of like cat toys around the whole floor. So the cat toy that got dragged by a Roomba, it caught all the fur and dirt that the cat toy got dirtier. I don't recommend it. Even if you put away all the cat toys and turn on the Roomba will go like underneath the furnitures and it will dig out the cat toys that we couldn't see or we couldn't find, and it will get stuck by it and it goes like error. It's stupid. Just don't get Roomba. It sucks.
I'm coming.
Okay. And then they say like the Roombas don't damage your furniture, but I'm pretty sure it damaged a lot of our furnitures, because it's like it has a sensor, but sometimes it doesn't detect the sensor and it just like crashes into furnitures all the time and just like pushes things around, and then the bottom like the leg part of the furnitures gets damaged as well. I don't know.
Hello.
Just vacuum, you know? I just vacuum. It's not that
Hello.
hard. It's not that hard. Just do it, forehead. I don't need to depend on a robot.
Yo, Kate.
Hey, hello.
Fire Emblem comes out tonight.
Yeah, I apparently pre-ordered it on Amazon. The physical copy of it.
It's tied for the highest rated Switch game of the year with Mario Maker 2.
Oh fuck! I thought you were gonna say Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence of Hyrule is at 85. They're at 88. So they're in the same ballpark for sure.
Yeah, but The game that I worked on is not the highest. Pepe.
The game that you worked on, it is higher than Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Yeah, Pepe Hands. But it was the highest reviewed ever in like this year.
Well, hear me out here, okay? Super Mario Maker 2, Fire Emblem are higher. Cuphead is higher, but that doesn't count. That game's old news. Downwell doesn't count. Old news. Final Fantasy 12 doesn't. That game's like 13 years old. Doesn't count.
They didn't come out this year.
Remastering a game is resin. Assault Android
Resin.
Cactus. Hear me out. Assault Android Cactus is a great game, but it's 2013, 2014. Slay the Spire is a great game as well, but I mean, it's a great game. Blaze Blue. I don't even know. Blaze Blue Central
what are you
Fiction.
reading it? Are you reading all these games that are higher rated?
Yeah, but there's only
They
like
Cadence
6
of
that are
Hyrule?
higher, and only like 2 of them count, is what I'm saying. So Cadence is right up there. It's fighting off the Mario Makers and the Fire Emblems.
That's okay, I guess. I got new sub, Aussie C Cosm, Twitch Prime subscription, thank you. And Booty, 36 months. Booty was in Dan's chat. I think it was like not yesterday, but on Monday. Or no, wait, it was Wednesday? So yeah, it was on Wednesday, I think. And then Dan thought Booty was a bot. And just like, hey, could someone just like add Booty in chat, please? Make sure he's not a bot. And everyone's like, add Booty, add Booty, add Booty. And then Booty was like, yo, Dan, I'm not a bot. And it's like, yo! But that was yesterday, yeah. And then that was during the Dan playing the cannonball.
Oh, really? So he was already tilted too.
Yeah, I think he was trying to kind of like divert the anger.
Yeah, definitely. I sent you an invite, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no.
here. I'm here.
Yes. Okay.
Tainasu with the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you. Overlay. Dude.
Kate, I don't mean to interrupt, but I didn't say it when you walked in. I regret it, but I was on the show at the time. Your outfit looks really nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What are you doing, my dude?
What do you mean?
Why do you have the water can out and walk like skidding around, dude?
It's just the way it walks.
What are you?
It's
You
just
got
the
your
way it
booty
goes.
out. You stuck your water can in your ass and you skidded out of the map.
Lubrication is very important when you're working in the hot autumn sun. Spring sun, whatever. I don't know why I keep getting the seasons backwards.
Oh my
It's a little
gosh.
disconcerting. Oh, I can't go to the store. It's closed on Wednesdays. My bad.
Time to bring out the team auntie and then our cats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're not coming out. Everyone's out but you. Oh, Dan loves me. Mouth loves me. Oh, Ryan's finally out. What the heck? Robert does not really love me. Oh, Ryan loves me. Austin loves me. Josh doesn't really love me.
I just spam Dan, I love you whenever I get the chance at work. That's why he thinks I'm a bot.
Is that true? Oh, I have a lot of stuff. I should sell it first.
I told Dan today I have a zero tolerance policy about him asking for directions in Mario Maker levels.
The
No?
the hashtags with the holes in the ground or something. What was it?
Yeah, I take every grievance I have from 7 Mario Maker videos that he's released over the past week. I take it to him. I said, Dan, no longer will I respond to you when you ask for instructions about obstacles without using their actual names. And then also, you have a bad habit of failing a jump and then assuming that the only way to get past it is some kind of trick. You're always looking for the easy way out. And
It's his chat.
he took the criticism very well, I'll admit. But
It's his chat. They're like, oh, you have to spin jump. And then he goes like, oh, you have to do spin jump. And then he does it and then he fails it. And he's like, chat is like, oh, we debated you.
Or like, well, I was playing 8-bit Mario today. And then somebody in chat said, do a ground pound. And it took all the willpower I've learned over 30 years of life to not just go off. You could do a ground pound in 8-bit Mario?
Yeah, but were they right?
No, you can't do a ground pound in 8-bit Mario.
Oh my gosh, this guy, you put the silver star in the gold star chest, my dude. Yo, mouth. 39 months. Thank you very much. I remember Dan was talking about Malv's garden, about the tomatoes or something, but then
Oh no.
it was like something lewd. I forgot how it went, but it was just like oh.
Dan is one of my favorite lines he's ever said. I'm sure he knows what he said, but he was asking Malf about his plants, and he said, how do you keep your plants from drying out with all that sunlight? And
oh my gosh.
It's just like,
he must be joking.
As an intentional line, that's a great writing.
Yeah, but then people who are smart enough will find that it's great. People who are not smart enough will find that, yeah, well, he's asking the right question. Robert does not produce milk. Excuse me? I don't need to milk Robert! The game just like soft locked with me milking Robert, even though I was trying to milk Tomo.
I'm so stoked though that Fire Emblem is coming out, because I've been looking for something to play on the Switch, and I like playing Slay the Spire on the Switch. I'm speaking specifically in portable mode. I like playing Slay the Spire on the Switch, but whenever I play it in portable mode, I'm like, man, I really wish I was playing this on the PC right now. And then Mario Maker, sometimes I take it out to the living room and I play it in handheld mode, and then my hands hurt after like 3 seconds from playing the expert levels.
Oh yeah, because it's weird, right? Like
yeah.
Like there's analog stick, and you have to like your thumb basically have to like go over the analog stick.
Yeah, and the buttons are like quite stiff. The Pro controller is fine, but
yeah. Yo, can you finish the fish tank? Fish tank is like you're responsible.
What do I need for fish tank?
I told just press ESC, and then
Okay.
on top of organize, which is right underneath the X button, it says community center. Click on that, and then click on the top arrow to the right, and then it goes fish tank. I need all those fish. That is not open flower.
Okay, we need to start again. Escape.
Press escape, and then there underneath the X, it has community center.
Okay, yeah.
Click on that. On top of it, there are 2 arrows. Click on the right arrow.
Oh, okay.
It goes fish tank. I need all the fishes that are not open flower, which is the north one.
Okay, a red snapper and a tuna. Got it. Red snapper tuna.
Fish
Oh,
is
I've
your
caught
stuff.
all of these.
Yeah.
You know what? This is a good idea.
I need all of those. Yo, Dying Tempest and Mika Kit. Thank you very much. Yeah, babe. With 2 months, and then the Dying Tempest with 45 months. Hello, haven't been able to catch a stream in 500 years, but hello again. Yo, welcome.
What house would NL join?
house?
I'm a Ravenclaw.
Oh, yeah. Ryan is Ravenclaw. And I got, first time when I did it, I got Ravenclaw. Second time when I did it, I got Slytherin. So I think it depends on a good day, I get Ravenclaw. On the bad days, I get Slytherin.
The
Who's
way I
not
understand it
going back
is
home? Robert, go home.
Ravenclaw is like nerds, and then Gryffindor is like, I'm the hero. And then
No, Gryffindor is the nerd. But like not smart nerd.
and then isn't Hufflepuff like it's like Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
It's like
They're just happy. They're just happy to be around.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
And then Slytherin is like, we are trying to achieve the best. And trying to optimize everything, trying to min-max everything, try to be the best. You know, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
Are you
feel like I
and
might
NL
have-
going to get married each other? I don't know. The wedding band is gonna arrive tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully
I am
he will say
also
yes.
excited. I felt very weird without my wedding ring for a couple of weeks.
But he's like, I don't want to spend money to get a new one. So I was like, you know what? I'll get a new set for both of us
I think that was a smart
as a present.
taking of initiative. Yeah. I think that was a wise idea. And I'll pick up dinner.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I can make more bee house.
Community center. Fish tank. Ocean fish bundle. Excuse me, I need a red snapper, please.
I got really cute rings. Ryan hasn't seen them.
Correct.
Oh, I have to sneeze. Ah, excuse me. It's gonna be a surprise tomorrow. Marrying each other in multiplayer is expensive. Excuse me? Do you know how
Not
many...
in real life.
Yeah. Do you know how much people spend in real life on a wedding? Some people spend like millions of dollars, dude.
I'm not being braggadocious about this. I think it's more, people's lives change as they get older, and it's funny to look back. But pretty sure our wedding was under $1,000 all in.
Yeah, but don't say that. That sounds like we cheaped out.
On Twitch, that's a good thing. People will go like, "Wow, what an economical couple."
I don't know what I did.
More money to spend on loot boxes.
Yeah. More money on your loot box. Heyo. Got my... Oh, it's just eggs. I don't have duck eggs. Ducks don't lay eggs that often, huh?
Red snapper and tuna. I didn't catch any red snapper or tuna today. What a ripoff.
Well, that sounds like your problem.
I mean, it is my problem, but like, you want a bream, an eel, and a wazoo. You want eel, walleye, crab pot bundle. I understand.
Dude, while I was hanging out with my friend today, I showed her the Champions of Fire Year 2.
Oh no.
It was great. Why? Oh, no.
I'm glad to hear it.
It was great. And she was like, oh my gosh, you guys are famous.
She was like, "You're married to Northern?"
No. But it was like, did you know? I didn't know. But someone made, what's it, like the hot edit? It's like, to make it, an hour and a half.
Mm.
Instead of like, hours.
Yeah. Oh, I was there.
But
I know
yeah,
how long it was.
they like supercut. Yeah, supercut. They made it into supercut, and then I thought they would supercut me out of like, oh, Lioness, come down and interview like your teacher or whatever, you know, but they did not.
Mm,
And I was like, oh my gosh.
amazing. All that for a drop of blood.
It's like, Lioness, please come down and give an interview. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't watch. Too much. But I guess I'm glad that people enjoyed me enough that they did not supercut me out of that, I guess.
It was a
But I was like,
pivotal
I
part of
remember
the-
those days, people calling me Lioness. You know, like, I'll be streaming and then they're like, oh, yo, it's the Lioness, Northern Lioness. And I was like, guys, stop it. I was like, oh, man. I remember those days.
I mean, Champions of Fire is a really, really fun event.
It
It's
was.
just, I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this dialogue except to say,
It's crazy that most of the people who showed up in the Champions of Fire, they're still really big.
yeah, it was.
Or
it was
got
really,
bigger.
It was a king-making.
Yeah, it was.
It's like whenever you hear Pokemon talk about how she's so big on Twitch now, she's always like, "Oh, I owe it all to Champions of Fire."
Dude, we hung out with her. We hung out with her like 12 hours a day for 2 days straight. Maybe her
commiserated
fame
about-
will brush it off onto me.
Commiserated about the catered sandwiches.
Hey, Nong Man. Thank you very much.
Hey,
for
Nong
the
Man.
comments. Tomo is so fast. He was here. I was about to pet him, but he's now gone. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
he runs
seeing
in and
things.
out.
It's like I'm seeing things. It's like.
Oh, must be deposited at community center.
Yeah, dude. Obviously.
How do you catch a crayfish?
That's a Chet.
Yeah.
I have 41 cheese. Do you think I can go to a lower level? What was it? To level 25? I have 41 cheese. Maybe I will get to level 25.
Level 25, what? Cheese making?
No, the freaking difficult dungeon. That's what I've been waiting for. I've been like crafting my own potion basically so I can go to level 25. Alright, I'm ready. Taking a good long time to get here. This lady. Put staircases just in case. Alright, let's go. No time to waste. I'm going into battles and I need your strongest potions. Exactly. Ooh. Cheese is kind of cooked food.
Is it though?
What is that? Found a secret note, but I have no idea what that is. You can cook cheese, dude.
You can cook cheese, but if you sell cheese to somebody, it's raw.
It's raw.
Yeah, you donkey! Cheese and banana.
I'm a stupid sandwich.
Classic.
I always, whenever we're talking about Chef Ramsay, I'm just like, I want a stupid sandwich. Always gets Ryan.
Did you know that that's from like a Jimmy Kimmel video?
Yeah. Of course.
She knows.
You thought they actually went like, I was
I
stupid
thought perhaps you were under the impression that it had happened in an episode of Kitchen Nightmares.
No, oh my gosh. You can see him like laughing too. Chef Ramsay.
Well, yeah, because he's owning her. Did you know that the woman he's calling an idiot sandwich is Julie Chen, the host of CBS's reality show Big Brother?
What?
Yeah.
Is Miss Chen?
It is.
Oh my gosh. Dude, she's my idol. She looks so young. Oh, I got a spicy eel cooked food actuality. Dan is my idol. Yo, Dan is my idol. Pick your own, dude. He's my idol. He goes like, Miss Chen. Or he says Mrs. Chen or something like that. And then on the 3rd week, she goes like, I'm married then. And then on the 4th week, he goes Mrs. Chen and like, oh, I'm sorry, Julie or something like that. Like he corrects himself. It's like, it's a wholesome moment. Dude, and then yesterday during his stream, he was talking about why, like, he regrets that he did not, you remember, like, he was trying to make a fire torch off camera in Big Brother's house, and there's a clip of it, and then he's like, he regrets that he didn't do it.
Everybody's got regrets, I guess.
I was like, that's your regret? That you didn't set your, like, house on fire? It was like, well, there was a chance. The reason why I didn't do it was because there was a chance of, like, the fire actually blowing up the canister and then making it into a bomb and, you know, hurt me. So, yeah, that's why I kind of, like, didn't do it. And I'm just like, dude. You know? He's a special guy.
Ain't that the truth? He's very wholesome.
Yeah, he was like, the one thing that I'm proud from Big Brother's house is that he never went behind anyone's back and talked anything bad about anyone. He was just playing the game, and I was like, you know what? Good for you. But instead of him saying it like normal human being, he just went like, I never went like, you know, talking calling people names. I'm just like, okay, I understand. You're saying you're not talking behind people's back. I understand. But Ryan, whenever I watch Dan's stream, VOD, Ryan is the Dan translator.
Yeah.
Dan, what was it? What was the name? Dan.
Oh, I'm a Danslater.
Danslater. Ryan's the Danslater. I'm just like, Ryan, what is he saying? I don't understand what, like, he said. And then he's just like,
I'm like, well, in 1991, Robert De Niro was in a movie called, you know, The Last Comedian of Comedy. And then Dan got it wrong. He thought it was called The Original King of Comedy, starring Bernie Mac. And then this thing shoots fire, which is like burning. So there you go. You have the original King of Comedy.
Yeah. I don't... So it's just, Ryan is basically a Danslater. Great. Oh, what is wrong with this cat?
I think they're like, feed me wet food immediately. Oh no.
How do I go to floor 25? I'm only on the 5th.
Ruka.
Sometimes I don't even think he knows what he wants, but he just meows. Just sake of meowing, you know? What the heck? You fell 5 levels. Ouch. I'm in the floor 9. Man, you got like every summer you get something bad.
It's not that bad. I know what you're saying, but like it's lingering for sure. It's
Yeah,
very.
you're still coughing.
I'm
stuff.
actually 100% physically better, except at night I get a little katoon.
What does that
It's
mean?
just a little unproductive cough. It's very frustrating. Because I'm like, I'm better. And then, yeah, it has to let it linger. Exactly. I'm like, I've been totally good for like a week now. Maybe 4 or 5 days. But like at night, I'm just like, I think it's partly to do with talking as well, but.
I only have 4 hours left.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you make it home.
Maybe I should craft some bombs. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Like to break rocks faster or kill enemies?
To blow up rocks faster. Cause I fell into a hole that dropped me down 5 floors, but I'm on the 9th floor, and I need to get to 25th floor, and then there's no shortcut, so I have to just one go at 25. I'm on the 11th floor. Oh my gosh.
My son, I would let you into the room, but
He's not meowing at your room. Or in front of your room.
He is.
No, he's on the dinner table.
No, I opened my door, he walked in.
Oh.
My son jumped on my power button yesterday. Turned off my computer.
Oh my god. You should cover it up with like eraser or something.
Hey, don't dig your claws into my chest.
Maybe I'm just getting really unlucky finding exit. Let's just see how far we can get today. And then we can prepare for it next time. I'm on the 12th floor. It's 11:20. It's like time to go a little bit. I wish we can have like universal language.
Oh, Tomo would like to come in too. Hello, Tomo. Welcome to the office. They're like, you've had your door closed for too long today. And Kate wasn't here. We couldn't bug Kate this afternoon. Come on.
Oh. Secret notes. I think I'll just craft a bunch of bombs.
Tomo.
Sounds like a crow instead of a cat. Chromo.
Yeah.
I think bombs will make it fast. Excuse me. Yo! Yo! You know what, motherfucker?
Did you just go to sleep in your other house?
Yeah! Did you sell the cheese?
I sold one cheese, yeah.
Dude, cheese is my food. It's my potion, dude.
I
You
didn't
kids.
know. I got to the farm and I
I
was like,
told you.
it's time for farm maintenance.
Tomorrow we are holding the egg festival.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah,
so
that's
like
right.
in the hot clip, they actually added the Dan talking to like people. It's like if you are a fan or if you're team NL, make sure you hold an egg and take a photo and then tweet with like hashtag NL. And then they were just doing like all this like it's like what's it like just bunch of photos of people like holding egg, like screenshots of them, and then just like team egg, team egg, team egg. It was great. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Almost forgot about those good times, you know?
Champions of Fire was a fun event to take part in, and if Amazon is listening, I would love to do it again. If you invited me, I would be there in a heartbeat.
And then my friend was like, why was he even in this? Because like she was like, what is this? And I described it to her, and she's like, why was he in this thing? And it's like, it's great. You don't understand. It's great. And she's like, okay.
Also, I was paid.
That's true.
Also, I won some prize money. Just saying.
Yeah, third place. Tied to third place.
I think I got third place and Max got fourth place, even though we finished in the same position. I was the #1 seed coming into this after the preliminary rounds. As a result, I feel like that gives me the tiebreaker. Also, if we had played, I would have destroyed Max, with all due respect. I practiced like 40 or 50 hours for that event. And
but
Max,
you said he was better at racing games than you.
No, I think we would be close in racing games, but everybody else in the tournament had no idea what they were doing, especially in the realistic racing game.
Well, Hafu practiced.
She did, but she wasn't like Hafu is better at like of the 8 games or whatever. Hafu was probably better at like 5 or 6 outright, but I would have smoked her in the racing game. Unfortunately for me, the racing game did not show up in our queue.
The hot clip shows so much of Tech God. Remember that guy? Tech God.
Yes, I remember Tech God. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff you might not be familiar with Champions of Fire. Like, for example, the fact that one of the reasons the tablets were having so much trouble is because they were under the stage lights and plugged into like 9 different machines to capture the gameplay. So some of them were actually physically like hot to the touch. Like they were unpleasant to touch because they had gotten so hot. So there's no question in my mind as to why they warranted a restart many times throughout the tournament.
It was great. There's like, I think you guys were playing like some kind of racing, like Sonic or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it kept like crashing, and then yours crashed twice, and then while Hafu was trying to do it, hers also crashed, and then like the Tech God is like whooping out new tablets, like they're like, Tech God.
Okay,
I hope they paid him well.
I have a bundle to complete.
Oh,
where do you go?
Same place, the community.
What? Okay, pantry.
Ooh, MVB, thank you very much with the Twitch Prime subscription. Also, there is the what's it? Soundboard.
Sound effects. Oh, the aquarium.
Check out the 20 tracks that I have added. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's not done yet because there's already a grab in there.
I added Titanic recorder. You know which one that I'm talking about? It's like
Can I ask you an honest downer question?
What?
Are you concerned that you could put something on there that could get your stream muted?
I don't think that would get my stream muted. But I am aware of it, and I have not put anything that's like.
What about Hello Darkness, my old friend, from the very popular Simon and Garfunkel song, The Sound of Silence?
Oh, it's so short.
I didn't make the law.
No, it's pretty short. It's not like a whole song. And also, I talk over it most of the times too. I don't just let it play out.
Oh,
So I think it's okay.
But you know, like one of us has had a.
You did go to school for it.
I went to copyright school, so I'm very qualified.
But I think it's worth it because it makes a good moment. But you know, I was smart enough not to put Baby Shark.
Yeah, that would have caused some problems probably.
There's no doubt about the Baby Shark. People are like, you gotta put the Baby Shark. You gotta put the Baby Shark. I'm just like, dude, I will never put Baby Shark. Do you at least get a copyright diploma?
No, but all I'm gonna say is YouTube's had copyright problems for a long time, and then I get a false strike. A week later, Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, is like, we're introducing new changes so that it's harder to give out false strikes and content ID matches.
Oh, so you're like a VIP, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome.
I like how you don't even like. That's not what I'm saying. But you're
That
like.
is what I'm saying. It's precisely what I'm saying.
Oh, it's so good. Oops. Yo, this cauliflower is like, when is it gonna be done? I need it now.
It takes 12 days, so it should be better. Should be good tomorrow, I think. I planted some more.
Oh, yay! People really like that one a lot. Thank you. Yay! What? Yay!
Ruka! Don't bite me. Don't bite me.
You gotta like, you know, lay out the rules. With your son. Because he knows that he can get by around you, so he's like a little not nice.
My son is very nice to me. He's just also very demanding a lot
Well,
of the time.
he bites. That's not cool.
Yeah, but I could bite back if I wanted.
What's upgrade from steel?
Gold.
So I guess, do we have gold bar? Oh my god.
Oh yes, many.
Booty likes Oni-chan.
Ruka, why are you so warm? Your body is like.
He's like you.
It's a battery right now.
That's how your body is. You're like you're like a
Just a warm
solar
meat.
panel. Except you don't absorb heat, you're like putting out the heat.
Like, I know cats don't sweat, but this guy's like, he's sweaty.
Oh my gosh, he's definitely not sweaty.
He's not sweaty, but like I'm holding him and I'm like,
Maybe your hands are sweaty.
no, not at all.
There's no toot-toot. I'm looking for rocks. I need to break more rocks. You know what? Maybe I should go to the mine in this town to gather more rocks. Oh my gosh. Booty with Tony-chan. And then so I can get more rocks and then get more staircase and I can get to the 25th floor.
The quarry is open. Ruka, where are you going, brother?
You know, when he tried to bite me, he realizes that he accidentally almost bit me. So he's like, oh no, and then he like runs away. Because he knows that I don't like to get bitten. So if you tell him, don't bite me, and then you go like, you know, and then be firm about it, he will not bite you. But you just go, don't do it, Ruka. So he just bites you.
Just a little love bite.
No. That's part of being a dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Like,
Yeah.
laying down the rules is being part of that instead of being like, ooh. You even put the cup on the table, dude?
I'm just trying to, you know, make it conducive in here.
Oh, you came to bed early.
Yeah, the music changed, and I was like, oh, I should go to bed.
Oh, foraging. Wild Seed and Warp Totem Mountains. What? I can make... Yo, I need those beans!
Why do you need those beans?
For the community!
I kept one in the purple chest.
Freaking give him a suplex.
It's in the purple. Go to the purple chest. There's one in there.
Yeah, but it's a golden one I saw. I want to give out the lower quality.
Well, we got more green beans. They look. We got like 35 more green beans right here.
Wow.
Look at this. It's a green bean extravaganza.
I need the cauliflower too.
Oh my god. How are we supposed to make money if you...
I just need one.
Yo, it's a potato-rich day.
It's a rich day overall. We got green beans. Uh oh, we have a problem.
Yes.
Houston, we have a problem.
What is it?
I cannot reach these green beans.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Yep.
Remove the scarecrow.
I did.
Problem solved.
No, it did not. Oh, it's the Titanic flute.
Oh my god, there's so many beans. Okay, well there is like an obvious thing to do. Just expand the farm by one in the south and the west direction.
I can also get to...
Here, let me hit you with something. Why do we even have a fence?
Because it looks nice. Why? Oh, you're gonna increase the size?
Well, I'm like, we don't need a fence.
We need a fence, dude! Stop it!
Well, this is how you get the green beans. You give yourself a little clearance.
Well, we can increase the tile by one, but we're not getting rid of the whole thing. The Egg Festival has begun in town.
Okay, let me at least set up the skeleton for this. Excuse me, my wife, because you walked so close to me, you took many of the fences. How am I supposed to rebuild the fence?
Dude, how am I gonna get these green beans?
How am I gonna rebuild the fence with less posts than I originally started with?
There are more posts
Where?
in the chest.
Which chest?
The original chest.
Okay.
Do we have cauliflower?
You picked some, didn't you? And you said I need it?
No, you picked some. And then you went like, what are we gonna do?
She's right, there's more fence posts there. Okay, here. Cauliflower.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Scrub Lord 9. Thank you very much. Oh, and Antojo P with 6 months. Thank you, thank you.
Don't you think this song sounds like a "Don't come around tonight"?
Oh, I'm
It's
waiting for
bound
you.
to take your life. There's an egg fest on the rise.
I'm waiting for you.
Yes, I am rebuilding the fence, and then I will be there.
Okay. NL Fest.
Is the egg fest the same every year?
Plush bunny. Lawn flamingo. Seasonal plant. Well, they say buy strawberries, so I will.
Strawberry seeds.
Strawberry seeds forever. How many should I buy, Ryan? 60?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Strawberry seeds forever. Oh, look, I can be a bunny. Excuse me. Oh, you did it!
Beautiful.
There you go. Yo, there's a Mario. What's Gus?
Excuse me, I would like to start. Yes, let's start the egg hunt.
Oh, it's the one that Ryan could not find the egg. And he was crying, and I was like, I feel bad. He was like, where are the eggs? And I'm like, they're everywhere. And you're like, I cannot see the eggs. Is everyone ready?
Send them. Send them. I found one.
I found 2.
I didn't find one. It's a blueberry. Yoink.
Don't follow me.
You can't get it that way. You gotta go around.
Yoink.
Oh, but you missed one.
Did I?
You did.
How many are you at?
2.
You're at 2?
I have 2 eggs.
I have 11.
You took all mine.
What are you talking about? Is it 2 by including yourself, or? And now the winner of this year's eggs hunt is probably me, right? Me, Kate. What can I say? Here's your prize. Enjoy. 1000 G.
We have to do that every year.
I got 1000 G, baby.
Well, that's one day down the drain.
Why do you have to look everything so negative?
Not everything. It's just that festival.
At every festival.
Yeah, I don't like any of the festivals that much, I guess.
What do I do with these green beans?
Well, one of them is easy. Never mind. Yeah, just leave them.
Rip. Gray Mills, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, okay, that'll be roll around.
Okay, you should plant the strawberries.
Oh, okay.
Although I guess with 60 of them, we could wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Oh, that's where that scarecrow was. Yo, what are you doing, dude? You freaking monster.
Sleep
That's
tight.
not where scarecrow goes.
Oh, I'm just so tired from the egg festival.
You only picked 2 eggs.
Yeah, but I was walking a lot.
Your wife got 11 eggs.
Kate, why is the Pokemon Go community on the internet so negative?
Because, you know, a bunch of babies likes to make an account and just go whine.
All right, that was my hypothesis as well.
You know, did you see the new research? They're like beat down the Team Rocket research.
I did, and I
was
saw
like
people.
Monka-esque.
I saw people complaining about it, and I was like, "This is the most, like the biggest update to the game since I started playing by far." I was like, "Why are people mad?" But they're like, "Classic Niantic." Like one dude was like, "I walked around on the Sylph Road." He was like, "I walked around for 6 hours yesterday looking for a Pokestop." That had the Team Rocket stuff. Niantic just announced that they were out. Classic Niantic. And then some other dude was like, "Yeah, that's why I don't waste my time playing this game anymore. If I'm out, I'll play it. But if I have something else to do, I won't go out of my way to play Pokemon Go." And I was like, congratulations, man. You literally figured out how you're supposed to play a casual game on your friggin' phone. Why are you being such a weirdo about it?
Well, they're always like, everyone complaining. There's always one person who's just like, well, people are complaining. This is where I live, and there's like no Pokestop.
Yeah, I get that. Like, if you live in the country, it probably is not a fun game.
Yeah, then don't play it, dude. There's like other games to play. It's not like that's the only thing.
Yeah.
It's like if it doesn't work for you, then don't. Why are you here and complaining? Like, do you think they're gonna put out like 500 Pokestop just because of your tweet saying like, "There's no Pokestop near me"?
I just like
babies.
No, every community day, it is just non-stop. The subreddit, like the Sylph Road subreddit, it's not all negativity, I want to be clear, but there's so much negativity. It's like, oh, it's 3:01:01 and look at my spawns, and like there's not every spawn is the community day Pokemon, and then people are like, yeah, Niantic really screwed it up again, man. Oh, but as long as they keep getting the almighty dollar, nobody cares about blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, why are they so
I don't know,
so
people just think that big corporations do not care about anything but the money, but I think people obviously do not understand the equation. Where do the money come from? From the users. If the game is not good, if the users find it's not good to put, like, good enough to put their money in, then they will not do that. So obviously they will take things seriously and they will like make it better if it's an actual criticism that needs to be like validated. But these people, there's like, there's no Pokestop, this game sucks. I'm just like, dude, then just play it while you're like, you know, traveling to bigger city or something, or just don't play it. No one's forcing you to.
I mean, it's really hard for me to ride my dirt bike in downtown Vancouver. I mean, there's no trails or anything.
It's just babies. Like, well, my cousins are playing, and they live in New York, and I live in this small town, and I don't have any Pokemons to trade. I'm just like, well, then, either you move or you don't play. Like, what do you think? Jesus Christ.
I will say, like,
babies.
You know, the minor interactions that I've had with people in person playing Pokemon Go, I'm like, people seem very pleasant for the most part. You know, the same kind of things that happen when you interact with any community that's like really, really into something.
Mm.
You know, where they're maybe a little bit too into it and think that I understand all of the jokes that they're making, even though I have no idea what the heck. Until 3 days ago, I had no idea what the heck a Swampert was. So, but like in person, totally fine. Online, well, this is Niantic. Oh, this is what happens when you have a developer who doesn't know how to make video games. Like, oh, Niantic, I wish they would just hire like 4 programmers. I'm a software engineer at a bank in charge of a 30 by 30 button on our bank's homepage, and here's what I would do to fix the game. I'm I'm like, it's a cell phone game, dude.
I
It's a
don't
game.
Yeah, it just
on your cell phone.
said people.
Just chill out. I feel like if I was Niantic, they obviously can't come out and say this, but they're like, hey, we didn't really like make this game for you to play it 8 hours a day. We made this game. You go out, you're like, I don't know, walking around or eating at a restaurant or something like that, and then you just go like,
Yeah.
oh, I caught something land, and then that's basically it. And then on community day, you go catch a bunch of the Pokemon. You have a good time, and you raid a little bit, and that's that.
It's not. I mean, like, I don't think this game can be played as a hardcore game. I think that's why you see people who are retired with like 80 phones.
Yeah.
Because they wanna they love the game, but they cannot play this game hardcore, so they have 80 cell phones.
Yeah. I mean, there's literally like nothing to do after a certain point.
Yeah.
Even something like I'll go out for a walk and I'll pop incense or something and visit a neighborhood with a lot of Pokestops. And after like a couple hours, I'm like, all right, I'm just walking around in a circle and then swiping up on my screen. The end. I'm over it. Let's go home and eat a Beyond Burger.
Dude, Beyond Burger, dude.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as we finish this stream, I'm gonna jet to the grocery store, get some buns. We have Beyond Burgers tonight.
Get those hot buns.
Or we could do something else, but we could do that.
Solving obesity, one Pokestop at a time. I got a speed grow fertilizer.
I'm also mad at it because I'm like, the Team Rocket update is like, literally instead of spinning a Pokestop, they've made it so you actually have a reason to engage in like PvE combat, and then you also get to catch a Pokemon at the Pokestop, rather than just you spun and you got like two I got 2 revives. So the fact that there's like a little bit of a challenge is it seems like a good thing, and you actually interface with the combat. But instead, I've just seen people well, I lost the Team Rocket Pokestop. This is ridiculous. It's like,
I think, I don't know. I feel bad for the community manager of Niantic.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I mean, they've had some mess ups, like the first Go Fest is historically kind of it
but
went
they
wrong.
try to make it up by they didn't ignore it, and then they're just like, yeah, things happen. See ya. They didn't do that. They try to make it up.
I don't know. I feel like some of these people don't play mobile games because the monetization in Pokemon Go is extremely fair, or at least not malevolent. They don't exploit people in the Pokemon Go monetization. Could you spend $250 in Pokemon Go? Yeah, absolutely. But does the game encourage you to spend that kind of money just to play the actual game itself? No.
No, it's definitely not like a loot box. It's like, oh, you got 3-star babe. 3-star babe is not as good as 4-star babe. So you need to put $50 more in order to get a more chance to get the 3-star babe.
There's so many things they could sell that would be super lucrative for the hardcore community, and the fact that they haven't done it, at least yet, I think indicates to me that they don't want to be exploitative. Because how much money they would make if they just sold IV increasing items or something like that.
Did I milk the cows today? I must have. Oh my gosh. Tomo got no milk today. Or Tomo has no milk right now.
Yeah, he's snoozing.
What you doing not making milk? Oh, whoops.
Dude, they should sell EX raid passes. I know you put a Kappa face, but I'm like, my wife got invited to an EX raid this week. I don't have an invite.
Well, my friend invited me to EX raid.
Kate, that's bullshit. Where's my invite?
Just have a friend. It's not that hard. It's just Pepe hands.
I also walk by the EX Raid gym like 7 times a week and sit there and tap down a gym full of 6 fully healed Pokemon by myself. Takes like 8 hours. I put my Pokemon in there. By the time I leave the EX Raid radius, it's like, Slack King needs your attention. He's in there for like a quarter of a second. And then he just gets like lasered by a team of Discord tryhards. And even still, I can't get an EX Raid pass to save my life.
Discord tryhards. I like that.
I've been trying to go out like later at night so that we take over the gym while normies are asleep. But then there's people who we're normies to them. So we take over the gym at like, 11:30, and then I get a message at like 12:45 that's like, Snorlax needs a berry.
Yeah, but then to us, we are the late owl tryhards.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even care about the coins, although I would prefer to get them, obviously. It's more just like I like to look at the map and be like, oh, I took that one. It makes me feel so good if I take out a gym and then like I walk by 20 minutes later and 2 other people from my team have put stuff in. I'm like, oh, I did a good deed today.
That's actually funny though.
It's a great sense of accomplishment. Plus, I think my forearms are getting a great workout.
By tapping so fast?
Yeah.
When Ryan taps, he's gonna break the cell phone. And I'm just like, dude, you don't need to tap like that.
In the last EX raid, I got invited to, but then the freaking Deoxys speed form ran away.
And then Ryan said, I'm quitting Pokemon Go forever.
I didn't say that. I was just like, I'm not mixing up my schedule to go to an EX raid ever again, because this was a big waste of time.
No, you were like, I'm gonna quit Pokemon Go forever. That was me on Kyogre Day. That was almost Ryan on Kyogre Day.
That was almost me on Kyogre Day. I got very lucky and I caught a shiny, which is guaranteed catch. So I was like, once I caught the shiny, I was like, everything's fine.
But
I still only have 1 Kyogre though. Like, I'm not upset about it, but everybody else is like, oh, just
sounds like you're upset about it.
Just bring your Kyogre squad on this, and I'm like, oh yeah, you have 6 Kyogres, huh? That's cool. And also, that's the thing. I feel like I joined Pokemon Go when there were like a lot of Pokemon who were kind of jerks to catch. Like Kyogre, pain in the butt to catch. Raikou ran away from me. Raikou ran away from me.
Sure, a lot of Pokemon did run away from you.
Armored Mewtwo sucks, and also I've failed to catch like 2 or 3 of them. But I have also caught, I think, 3 as well.
Could you water these? There are 3 seeds that has not been watered. Like right here.
Ones?
Right here.
Ah, yes. Is that it? This one right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, people will not believe me, and I might not believe me if I heard it either. But for the Kyogres, the Armored Mewtwo's, and the Raikou, and the Deoxys, I swear to God, I hit it with like exclusively great curveballs and probably wasted 2 or 3 balls out of like 16. Which is why I was stunned when none of them got caught. I was like, I can't do anything else. I could aim for excellence, but come on, like I'm playing this game to have fun, not to go pro.
MLG Pokemon Go.
And I'm crunching the numbers. I'm like, you use a golden raspberry, you hit it with 12 great curveballs, and you're like, that should be close to like an 80% or greater chance to catch it. And there was a couple of weeks where like I missed like every raid. I was like, yeah, missed that one too. He ran away. Basically, but Niantic is bullshit, dude. They're just waiting until they can release Master Balls for $50 each.
Oh my god. I have so many eggs. I would like to surprise my husband with a gift. Here's a big fan of leeks. Could you bring me one?
You can take that Gul'dan leek out of the purple chest.
There's a lame leek as well.
Even better. You don't need these beans anymore, right?
Nope. It's all good.
Nice. Anyway, the game is fun.
Ryan's character looks exactly like him.
Yeah, in this. Not in Pokemon Go, because they still have bald discrimination. You can't be bald in Pokemon Go. They want to discourage people my age from playing it.
So much weed! Get out of my lawn!
I will say, like, I don't get... Why are there so many Pikachus with hats? I've only been playing the game for like 2 months, and they've already done 2 different Pikachus with hats.
There is an achievement of catching like 1,000 Pikachu. And you can only get this special clothing if you get to that achievement.
1,000 Pikachu?
Something like that. Something like 1,000 Pikachus.
I know there's another badge that's like catch 100 or 300 Magikarps that are extra large.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, come on, just relax. It's too much.
I try, cause like if you get like 1,000 Pikachu or something like that, you can buy. It's not even they give you. You can then buy with your real money this Pikachu shirt, or yeah. I think it's a shirt or something like that. And I'm just like, dude, I want to catch 1,000 Pikachus and have that shirt. I wanna buy that Pikachu shirt.
Oh, that reminds me. I still need I need more Meltans in order to get whatever Coglord or whatever Boltman. Nut with 3 T's, but I can't be bothered to plug in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu again, trade a Pokemon, and then sit on my butt and catch another 165 Meltans.
No, it's like if you use the Pinap Berry, it drops 6. So.
And you told me it wasn't even that good.
Yeah, it's not that useful. It's not like. Yeah.
Where is it in terms of like steel DPS?
I mean, I don't know. Like, why do you need a steel Pokemon is the question. Unless you like them, then, you know, you do you.
I'm assuming, like, Metagross is #1 for steel DPS, but...
Well, I was like, oh, I put my... Oh, bundle complete! Thank you, Ryan.
That's right, Kate. I completed a bundle. Did we get like a prize? We do get a prize.
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Oh, 3 cramp pots.
Yo, it's good stuff, my dude. I put my pickaxe so that it will get upgraded, and I'm just like, where's my pickaxe? Freaking dumb.
Now that I actually have like a high DPS Pokemon in every category, the game is actually way more fun.
Oh, really?
Now I feel like I can do gyms without being, wasting my time, basically. Who's your dark type DPS? Honestly, I have 2 pretty good Tyrannitars, and one of the Snorlaxes from the event when I first started playing. It's actually pretty good. He has Lick, which is dark, and then I don't know, it's a Hyper Beam or Earthquake or something. But
I did not crunch any of my Snorlaxes.
Kate has like 100 Snorlaxes in her inventory.
I do. They're too good. I cannot crunch them, dude.
Lick is Ghost.
What
Well,
did
what's
you
the
say?
difference? Lick is Ghost. I thought Lick was a dark move.
Dude, I was like, what did you just say? I gotta eat raw eggs.
Crunch is dark. That's right. That's right.
Eat it. Eat it.
I need a largemouth bass and a sturgeon. Understood. I want to get Garchomp. Don't even bring up Garchomp around Kate. She won't.
Yeah, dude.
Kate's not happy with me because like I hatched like 5 Gibbles from.
You
10
had
kilometer
5?
eggs.
Oh, you told me 3.
I don't know. I hatched several. I know that it's very rare.
Several?
So I've had a Garchomp for like.
I didn't know we had a relationship where you can keep things secret behind my back.
I've had a Garchomp for like I don't know, like a month now. But I can't really power him up because I need more Gibble candies. Not that I'm complaining.
Wow.
I know he's
That must
very
be
rare.
so hard for you.
I don't want to use my rare candies for it because I'm, you know, I have a real gap of legendaries.
Everyone has secrets, Kate. What are you trying to say?
I mean, all I'm gonna say is like, you know, I hatched a lot of 10-kilometer eggs, and that combined with good luck really it hooked me up. But Kate can't be too mad because the Gibble that she is powering up is from
Yeah, Ryan gave it to
is
me.
from me. I traded it for a Croagunk.
No, I give you baby
Lucario, Riolu.
Mario. Yes. He's
I
learning.
can't make Garchomp my buddy because one of the first Pokemon I got when I started playing the game was a 100 IV Blizzy. I forget what it was, like the baby form though. Not even Chansey, but one below. And
Like
it was
Blissey
one,
or something like that.
yeah,
Or Happiny. Yeah,
Happiny, yeah. It was 100 IV and level 1. So it's literally been my buddy Pokemon since like day 2. And I've walked like 800 or 1,000 kilometers with it. And it's still
Did you say
only
800,000?
800 or 1,000.
Oh, I
And
think you
it's
said
still-
you walked 800,000.
I need those freaking candies, and it's still only like level. I don't know what level it is, but its power is like 1,600. But when this Blizzy gets to like 3,000, nobody will ever take out my gyms. They will just refuse to do it. They'll try to fight it, and they'll be like, "I'm done." I don't want to sit here for the next 25 minutes. Even with like a Machamp squad, it's gonna take forever.
I don't know. I think my 100 with Champ can take it.
It would kill it, but you would be bored by the time you finished. And that's like
Why?
your only because you're just tapping it, you know? It's like your only defense on a gym is to like make your gym look like it would be a chore to take out.
I mean, that's what keeps me away from taking away some of the gyms too.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
look at a
like,
gym and you're like, okay, there's
too much.
a Blizzy, a Chansey, and then like a bunch of 3,500 plus Pokemon. You're like, I don't want to waste my time.
I'm being true Canadian. Timber! I'm gonna upgrade our barn, I think.
Oh, please
So
do.
we can have goats.
Instead, I just keep throwing my slacking in all the gyms, but I feel like he's just there to soak up damage. All he does is yawn.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Hoggers in chat, please. Booty with the sub gifts. Thank you very much. If you're Cantiano, Cinder, Dragon, Isotophic Thunder, Fenmio, and Gray sub story, say thank you to Booty. He may be a bot. We don't know, so we gotta add him. You gotta add Booty and then be like, are you a bot? It was so funny because, like, you know, Booty is like a long time viewer of mine, right? And then Dengo's like, wait, is that real human? Or is that a bot? I think it would be funnier if Dan actually gets saltier. But he tries so hard not to be salty. But, like, I don't know what kind of sound setup that he has. But I think he made it so that, like, he cuts out... Like, if his mic is too quiet, then he will cut out the sound. So he was sitting, like, way at the back, trying to, like, focus up so he can play the Mario correctly. Like, the Wolf... what's, like, Wolf 2-5. So... we couldn't hear anything that he was saying. Like, the mic was not picking up anything. And I'm just like, what kind of sound do you have that only, like, the mic will only catch the sound that close to the mic, but if it's like far away, it will not, like, it will just mute itself, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why would you do that?
Dan is a character.
Only God knows Dan's cursed sound setup. And then everyone asks too. It's like, what are you doing that it's this? And he never explains, like, I'm doing this. Ooh, I made beer, Ryan.
Yeah, I saw. I don't know why it's served out of an old shoe. But...
What? It's not a shoe. It's the beer glass.
I will say, in the videos we recorded today, Dan beat a very, very difficult level before Mathis and me.
Oh. You know, what was it? Broken clock is right twice a day.
It's a really tough level, but I was proud.
Proud of your homie.
It's also very cute that whenever they think they can beat a level before me, they get really, really quiet. They don't talk for like 4 or 5 minutes. And then every time at the start of an episode, Dan introduces the score. I'm still in the lead somehow.
Oh.
Just saying.
Well, maybe if they didn't go quiet, then you might have beaten them then.
Oh, absolutely.
I like how you're like, you could say, oh, maybe, you know, I don't know. But he goes, absolutely. It's not,
you're right,
Kate.
Maybe. The new research looks, it's more free experience.
Yeah, free Stardust too.
Yo, that's the most important thing of all.
Oops.
You know what?
I too am extraordinarily humble.
I mean, I'm not humble. I think I have a healthy sense of self-worth. Austin is much better than me at Mario, for sure. But I think out of Dan and Mathis, I am probably the best.
I think you're pretty good at Mario.
I think I'm pretty good at Mario too. If I know how to beat a level, I can beat the level most of the time. Sometimes though, I just forget that Yoshi's, you know, can jump on saws or something like that. You get the idea. Booty, I will not play a level with 0 clears in the video. Actually, I will say we did play some levels with 0 clears today, but once we played it for a bit, we were like, okay, we can beat this. I saw that level. I saw that episode. The comments weren't happy. You know, it's just like, you ever hear the story of the comments that cry wolf? When I first started on YouTube and commenters got upset about mistakes in games, I naively thought there's something I could do about that. Now I recognize that it's like the tide goes in, the tide goes out. You know, they're happy today, they're angry tomorrow. You weather the storm.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, we have to take down this.
Yes, please. It was not intentional. Now I'm making version 2. That's, you know, it's good to recognize that. Here's what happens, I think, to a lot of people. They start making their level, and then they play test it enough that they find it too easy because they play tested it. Then, oh, Tomo wants back in. Then they tweak it to be harder as a result of the fact that they think it's too easy now. And then they release it to the public, and the public goes, dude, I have no idea how to do this. Are you insane? And they go, it's not that hard. All you got to do is crouch jump here, and then on the ice, you're going to do a little butt stomp in 2 seconds, and you know, blah, blah. You get the idea. You don't need me to go through the whole thing.
Just jump.
The only thing that annoys me is when I make a mistake, like not remembering Yoshi can jump on saws, and then people go, that was painful to watch. Maybe you should go to normal mode instead. And I'm like, dude, you can make a normal mode level that I wouldn't figure out how to beat either. It's more about the fact that I just forgot about the mechanic. Thank you. Normal mode is insulting. Telling someone to go to normal mode is like, I would prefer if you made a bunch of boring episodes where you won than some entertaining episodes where you lost.
Well, I mean, like, here I am saying, like, Dan should be salty on the show, so I can laugh at his saltiness.
Yeah, you got the opposite. I think you're right, actually.
The whole point of watching Super Mario Maker is to, like, I hate when people are good. I don't watch people who are good. It's just like, so what? I can watch, like, a robot play everything perfectly. Well, do I find that fun? Like, no.
Yeah. Like,
I find
honestly,
it fun when people are like, what?
I should be the bigger man and not respond to the insults with insults. However, I will say, you know, when I made mistakes in Gungeon, I think the audience maybe is a little older, a little bit more well-rounded, perhaps might be a good way to describe it. And people were like, hey, it's understandable that you made this mistake. Just so it doesn't happen again, here's what you should do. Not everybody, but by and large. Making a mistake in Mario Maker is people like, dude, let me just call it a little summer vacation effect.
You should just get Dan's audience.
I'm working on it. We would not to steal his audience, but you know, to be more, you know, by making my attitude more positive and not feeding into the negativity, slowly help stem the tide of negativity that comes towards me as well, and then everybody's happier as a result.
Dan's audience is just like, while he was stacking the same colors of Tetris blocks, nobody said, Dan, that is the dumbest thing a human can do in Tetris. They went like, oh, that's a new meta. Oh, you can do it. We believe in you. Yeah, you go, dude. You got it. Stack the perps. Twitch Prime. Maybe they should have told Dan though. Well, you don't know, dang front seat.
I will say my personal calibration, I think for a lot of games, mostly on YouTube, not so much on Twitch. For a lot of games on YouTube, my audience is a little bit more toxic or cynical than I would like them to be. But I also don't want the same kind of atmosphere that Dan has, where there's almost like professional wrestling style kayfabe. And they're like, you know, instead of actually backseating him, people are just like, you did great. Keep up your head, kid. They got ball players too. You'll get them next time. You don't get from Skokie, Illinois to Southern California without breaking a few eggs on the... Like, if I had that, I would be like, it's not really for me either. But I would like to be somewhere more in the middle. Which requires turning the dial from League of Legends to Daniel. Maybe we're not quite at League of Legends right now, but we're at like Overwatch.
I like how when it's just like I try to talk to Dan while I was sniping his Tetris 99 and I couldn't communicate because the whole chat was just like, the golden heart, you can do it, Dan. Golden heart, golden chain. I was here. I'm just like, it's like, dude, I need to talk to this guy. But he was like, you know how he's like, oh, I don't care about stream snipe. I don't care about stream snipe.
Yeah.
And I was like stream sniping, and I think I saw. He's like,
you saw the salt a little.
Yeah, I was like, and then it wasn't even me. And then he was just dying, and it's like, is that Kate? Is that Kate? And then he just feel like he got targeted. It's like, that must be Kate. And then like my chat is like, lol, it's not. W space R. It's like, what's it like? If you think I have chance in this, type Y. If you think I don't have chance in this, type F. And then like he has a bot in this chat that actually like totals up.
Yeah.
It's like 62%. It's like 62% people think it's Y. There's a point like he definitely did not have chance to do it first try. It was like, if you think I can do it first try, type Y in the chat. If you don't think I can do this in first try, type F in the chat, please. And then 95% said yes, you can do it in first try. And I'm just like, get out, dude. Seriously. It's like, it's not realistic. I'm being jelly? I don't think so. I'm just like, you gotta... Chet is playing with Dan. I'm like... I think Dan knows it, but he likes it. But you know, I would say this, but I'm the person who would actually also say why, and Chen is like, you can do it, Dan.
Well, you want to feed into the hype, you know?
Yeah. It's just to... He's like, oh, we believe in you, Dan! But like, it was so funny because like Dan never told me that like during Champions of Fire, if your team NL, put hashtag team NL and then post a picture with an egg. But he never told me about it, right? Or Ryan? I don't know, maybe he told you, but like he didn't tell me about it.
He didn't tell me. I was in New York.
So I just like woke up one day, well, like just like during the tournament days, and then I got like 200 unread like messages on Twitter. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like something must went down or something. I was like panicking. I looked at it. It was just a bunch of people like not smiling, holding an egg, and it doesn't say anything. It just says hashtag team NL. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? It's like so creepy. I was like, just like not even like cheering, like, yeah, you can do it. It was just like dead, like serious, just like face with like an egg holding. And it's just like hashtag team NL. I'm just like, who said, like, did anyone say to do this to you guys? Like, what's happening? And then like literally a week later, I found out that it was Dan. I'm just like, Dan, you should have told me. I almost had a mini panic attack when I had like 200 unread messages on Twitter. And I'm just like, holy shit, something must have been like went down. Like, what am I gonna do? And then I read it and it's just like bunch of dudes holding an egg.
Chat, is Clint open on Wednesday?
Who's Clint?
He's the geode blacksmith lord.
Yeah.
Okay. You never know in this town. Apparently, the general store closes on Wednesdays.
I just wish, you know, Dan would communicate a little bit more. It's cool that he did it. He should have just told me, so I wouldn't just wake up and just have like 200 alerts on Twitter thinking like, oh my gosh, something must went down.
Kate.
Yeah?
Austin and I won 2 games of Animal BR today.
Oh, the furry BR.
Yeah.
That's I like when you won. And like you were like flexing your arm like yeah, I won.
I was freaking jazzed. Don't get
when I win, I would just be like, yeah, we won, like, you know, like a fist pump or something. But you're like, yeah.
I got all this excess testosterone pumping through my body, and he's an outlet.
You're like flexing your arm. Oh, so good. Like I actually laughed out loud. I don't know anyone who wins. Is like, yeah, I won.
For me to win a BR is like, it's unlikely. Let's put it that way. So it's that much more special to me.
Oops. Oh, so many quack.
That's true. We did win a game of Zombs Royale as well. Not on stream today though, because I would never play it on stream because people are very racist.
IO.
Yeah. I did kill you by throwing grenades at your corpse. That's what you get for having your corpse be inside of a big room where it's extremely easy to throw a grenade in.
Not me, someone in the chat, right?
Origin, yeah. It's a good game though.
You're having a lot of fun. I remember that.
It's my speed.
Requires no aim.
It requires aim. It doesn't require 3D aim. And my 2D aim is very good. Thanks to...
Maybe you can be you know, what's a ninja?
Could be the ninja of Super Animal Royale.
Yeah.
I don't know, like so we make jokes, you know, like the game is the furry BR, but I think it's actually like it's intended to be a furry BR. Like what I mean by that is when I went to the developer's Twitter account, there's nothing wrong with it, but when I went to it, all of the retweets of streamers that they had were streamers who were like playing the game, and they also had that was that camera software that can turn you into an animal?
Face rig?
Yeah, face rig. Yeah, it was all streamers that like had used face rig to make themselves an animal, and then I like clicked on their accounts, and they were like, "I am like Professor Wolf," and I was like, "Okay." So now, again, the game is good, whether I'm part of the subculture or not. But I'm like, I get it now. This is actually like. It's not an unintentionally furry thing. This is like we made it to be like a furry thing. And that's okay. The game's a lot of fun. And the community is unbelievably positive.
Oh.
It's like the most positive online community that I've ever interacted with. Mind you, like literally 50 of the 64 people in every game are members of our community. But still.
Just like you winning is really good, but then like you winning and you flexing your arm is like it's just so good.
I have to take what I can get. People have almost forgotten that I beat 820. It took me a long time to get there.
I don't know why it's so funny. I guess it's just like I would not do that, I guess. it's so funny to me. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited for your Sunday stream too.
Yeah, it's really good. And by really good, I mean entertaining, because the game is obviously actually very bad.
I feel like currently we're walking the path of like the retro Northern Lion path. Like you're playing like Poison Mushroom kind of a content right now on Sunday.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then the game that you played yesterday for sponsor, it reminded me of a lot of like let's look at indie games.
Yeah, Erratus is a cool game.
It's like I was surprised that not. I thought it would be like overwhelmingly like positive in chat. I mean, like it was positive, but I thought it would be like a lot more viewers just because it was so close to your original like let's look at content. Because I remember like I don't know if you remember this game, but I remember this game because like you thought like it wouldn't be that good, but it was actually really popular. It was just like I don't know what it's called, but it was like on a sundial or something like that.
Yeah,
and you have like all these people like working or something.
Six steps. Hold on, I know this one. 7
like,
grand steps. Step 1: what ancients beget.
Yeah. I think it was that one. And then like, you thought like, oh, like, it looks kind of like, I don't know, requires of taste, kind of a thing, I guess. So you thought the videos won't be that popular, but actually it did really well. And I just felt like the game that you played yesterday was kind of like that.
I like chunky, like board game style games. I like games with board game mechanics. 7 Grand Steps is a cool game. I know that like it's ambitious. I think he was intending on making like the first one was going to be about prehistoric human civilization, and then there was going to be like another one about like early history or like Greek or Roman times, and another one was going to be about like the Industrial Revolution, and they were all going to have these cool kind of like basically physical game components, but I don't think they actually made anymore. It's kind of a niche kind of a niche product. So
but I mean, like when I saw the game that you played last night for sponsor, it somehow reminded me of that game. Just like early access indie games. Like you played a lot of those as a let's look at, and I'm just like, oh, we're like walking in the retro Northern Lion timeline right now. Well, what was it? Retro renovation or something. The Dan Giesling song.
Yeah, Nowhere Prophet was really good too. It's like the only thing it's not a problem with the game. It's just my personal taste. But it seemed like Nowhere Prophet runs were a little longer than I would like my runs to be in a game like that. I had to maintain focus for long enough that I don't think it would actually be entertaining. That entertaining, I should say, to watch on YouTube or Twitch.
I don't know which one is that.
I played it on Tuesday after Malf and I raced.
Oh, I might have not. Oh no, I've seen it. It's the card game kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just want the iron ore and rock. That's why I'm here. We have enough gold and stuff. I just want rock and iron ore. Yo, you should get golden pickaxe. It's
Can I tell you something?
What?
I do not even have an iron pickaxe yet.
You mean steel?
Well, you use iron to make it.
Yeah, well, you should get it, dude.
I don't know. Steel's an alloy, right? It's iron and something else.
I mean, we have steel bars.
Iron bars.
Iron bars.
Steel and carbon.
But you just bring iron
Or iron and
bars,
carbon. Sorry.
and then he just make it into a steel.
What do you add to steel to make it stainless?
Why are you asking this question?
It's a question. There's probably very smart people in chat. You know, chemical engineers or metallurgists or chromium. Yo, that's cool. I don't know. People. I basically grew up. People talk about like stainless steel like it was something you mine. Like, oh, the fridge is made of stainless steel. We hit a big vein of stainless steel out in Sudbury.
What?
Frigidaire is gonna love us for this one.
So the same crowd with the Denji asking what's the difference between iced coffee and cold brew.
He was talking about that in our videos today.
Oh, really?
I hope I didn't step over the line, but I was like, Kate brought it up to me last night, and I had to explain to her that Dan lives in the Midwest, and as a result, he gets things after both American coasts, and thus has reason to be suspicious of new cool things because he doesn't get them soon enough to have an opinion on them.
What did he say?
I don't remember, but it was something like, oh. Something like that.
I don't remember, but it was something like, oh.
Well, he was doing like a me bit. Like, I don't get it. You already got hot coffee and iced coffee. What does cold brew do? And I was just like, I get why you wouldn't get it. Like, without being rude, you live in the center of the country and you got 2 kids. You know, it's the pursuit of a young person to be worried about these new innovative foods and beverages.
Foods and beverages. Innovative. Oh, what was it? Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was one of those song lyric of the Dengi's
Run.
song.
Your
Run your steps. It's just so good. Cause like whole chat was just like writing like actual like factual paragraphs, and you know it's like, oh, you know, cold brew is like this, iced coffee is like this, but then he doesn't even like, maybe he read it, but obviously all I saw was him playing Mario and didn't read the chat, but he was like, yeah, but like, you know, what's the grade 1 explanation of like the difference of cold brew and iced coffee? Because isn't it just like, it's just cold coffee. They're both cold coffee. Why do we need both?
I also told him that within the same week, Kate watched, well, you watched a documentary about Flint, Michigan, followed by on HBO. We watched that documentary about Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah, who also lived in Michigan.
Yeah, and he's at like Michigan State University. So she got like a double dose of like the worst parts of Michigan, and he was just like, you know, there's bad people everywhere. Just because, you know, I'm sure there's some messed up stuff that happens in Vancouver as well. And I'm like, yeah,
I'm like, yeah, I don't think we have fucked up water or have a gym coach sexually abusing child. But
sorry, I got it backwards. Not Jerry Sandusky, Larry Nasser. My mistake. But excuse me, the guy who got his head cut off was on a bus. It was not in Vancouver.
What?
It was on the Trans-Canada. It was like 12 years ago.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Even his head got cut off.
One of these guys. It was on a bus, like a Greyhound bus, and he cut another dude's head off.
That's messed up, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. I would also say I don't think Canada takes responsibility for that.
It's very rude. Oh my
very
god.
rude indeed. He didn't even ask permission first. I mean, there's like a manhunt for these teenage murderers in Canada right now.
What?
They killed a couple in northern BC, and then they killed another dude who I guess worked at UBC. and then they saw like they were last seen in northern Manitoba. The police have like a nationwide manhunt for them right now. Yeah, it's wild. They're 19 and 18 years old.
What? They're 18 or 19 but killing their friends basically, like the age.
Not their friends, no, strangers.
Yeah, but age wise. Like teenagers.
No, one of the dudes they killed is like 65.
Oh my gosh, dude. But not from Vancouver.
No, they're from Vancouver Island. If you want to wash your hands.
That's not Vancouver. You have to be on a boat to get there. Not just a boat.
Well,
like a
not
ferry.
if you're born there. Like.
Oh my gosh. What is that? Is that a chicken? Oh, it's a chicken! I feel like they're eating grass faster than the grass can grow. I made so much bombs.
Monka.
I can get to maybe level 25 if I'm lucky.
The important thing is that none of us live at that.
Scared the heck out of me, my dude.
What?
They're the recorder Titanic. Scared the heck out of me, dude. The hearts go on. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
Twice, yes.
Twice? When?
Yes. Literally within the past 45 seconds.
I couldn't hear you. It was really loud.
It's alright, I'm used to it.
I'm trying my best not to interrupt my husband.
I had to tell my wife last night. She interrupted me 3 times within an hour. And I told her, if you interrupt me again, I'm not going to talk for the rest of the night.
But it was like, I had to interrupt.
No, I'll tell the story. The
Oh.
first one, she said something to me, and I was replying to her. I got 2 words into it, and she was like, don't put the grocery bags in the trunk like that. I put them in the trunk like this so I don't accidentally take them up into the house. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And then I forget what the second time was.
But it's like a heat in the moment kind of a thing.
Why didn't you tell me when you were talking? You can interrupt yourself to give the advice instead of when you finish talking and it's my turn to talk. I don't remember the second time, but the third time, I was like, I had been doing. I'm not gonna say doing the dishes because it was just for me, but I had been like, washing my protein thing out, and it was the same thing. You said something, and I went to reply to you, and you were like, "Hey, just so you know, you have soap on your hands." And I was like, "I know I have soap on my hands. They're my hands."
Well, it looked like you were about to dry your hand on the perfectly clean dry cloth, and I was like, "Well, he's gonna dry his hand with like soapy hand on this clean cloth." So I was like, "I just want to let you know you have a soapy hand right now." It was just like all like at that moment it was crucial to bring it up. It wasn't like, oh, look at the bird or something.
I don't know if this is what it's like, but it gives the vibe that you're like, not listening to the person talking, and instead you're thinking about not what they're saying, but something else.
No, it's like, like you're talking and then suddenly something like, maybe your like cup is like tipped over. So it's like you can see that the water is gonna spill unless you're gonna say something about it. So it's like, I hate to interrupt, but then you're gonna spill that water. It's like that kind of
I have
thing.
never heard you say I hate to interrupt.
Yeah, because I don't have time to say that because you're about to do that action.
I
'cause
think
I'm
what
waiting now.
you should do is watch when we play Quiplash on the NLSS with like 6 people. Your husband is a master of interacting in that environment. And yeah, sometimes, you know, people are in the midst of talking when a prompt comes up and I can't read the prompt in a timely fashion. But at the same time, it's not cool for, you know, someone's in the middle of building a moment or a joke. I'm not going to jump in and be like, hey, cool joke, but by the way, what's something you'd never want to eat on your spaghetti?
Yeah,
You
but
gotta-
they didn't have a soapy hand.
Wow. You got to give people the chance to speak.
I did!
Thank you. Thank you. I try. It's hard on the NLSS, you know. Everybody's got their own thing.
It's
Sometimes
not...
you just got to sometimes you got to accept that you know, you might not necessarily be 100% interested in what one person's saying, but they're interested in what they're saying. So you give them a chance to get to the punchline, and then afterwards you go, okay, what's one thing you wouldn't like to have on your spaghetti?
It's not like, you know, where I'm not Josh, whereas like you're talking and just like, oh, but like what happened here?
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
very
like-
frustrating.
It's not like, you know, like heat of the moment, something needs to happen currently. Kind of a
Josh
thing.
is literally like, every time I talk is like walking down a staircase, and every step he's like, okay, now there's oil on this step. Okay, now I've navigated that. Now he's throwing a cup full of marbles on the step below that. Then he's leaving, like, he dumps a whole like box of Lego out on the next step, and then there's like, oh, I shattered a glass on this one.
Oh my god.
And there's like 40 steps to get down. But it is, for Josh, it's an act. But it does make me very upset. Josh knows what he's doing for sure.
In my defense, he has soapy hand. Josh doesn't have anything to back him up. Oh my gosh, I thought this music was actually the to be continued.
What was it, Roundabout?
Huh?
When people were talking about Roundabout, I thought that you had it on your sound effect line. But I guess it's the music in the dungeon.
I don't understand. Yeah, to be continued. I don't know where it's from. I don't know what it's called. All I know is that it's to be continued music.
It was the sound effect thing. Okay, thank you. It's a great song.
It's a piece.
No, it's a song. There's lyrics in it.
Yeah? What's
Yeah.
the lyric?
Was it? Get sitting around the lake, dum 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 dum, sound of the sound to stay, and you're standing there, dum 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 dum, da 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 doom da doodly 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 doom da doom meow 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 meow.
But that's
Around the lake. Some and a time to side, and we stand there. There's something and there's something and be there too. I listen to that song at least like once a month. It's a great song.
The song is long, but it's amazing.
It's
believe
got
you.
many killer solos in it as well.
I believe you. But no song will beat What Is Love.
How about Soul Town Road by Lil Nas X featuring Joohyun from BTS?
Dude, I don't know what that song is. You talked about it last night. I'm just like, dude, I don't know.
Is that I'm gonna drive my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Yeah,
I
still
got
do
my
not know that
horses
song.
in the back. Horse tack is attached. Something, something, something. And got that head to match. Sorry, Namjoon. My mistake.
Dude, okay, so I try to find like, you remember it was last week or last week? You were talking about K-pop star,
Oh, the guy was taking
methane,
meth.
needle. But I cannot find the article at all. So I'm scared like if we misinform anyone like about
Yeah.
that.
It was a Twitter trending news article. Ergo, it can't be wrong.
I couldn't find it anywhere cuz I'm just like, "Oh wait." And then I'm like I hope I didn't offend someone by saying the wrong name or like stuff cuz I couldn't find it.
I'll tell you, my sources were locked down.
Yeah, do you know who it was?
I do not remember who it was, but I remember that he was shooting up meth. He got sentenced to like a 2-year suspended sentence, and he gave a very tearful address to his fans where he said he promised from this point onward to live a pious life.
Do we know who that is? Because I think it's not a K-pop star.
You know what? I'm just fishing, so I'll find it for you. K-pop meth arrest.
Dude, that's what I was trying to look for and I couldn't find it.
K-pop star Park Yu-chun arrested on drug charges. He is from the band. You gotta give it a second. He was a member. Okay, you know what? I think he was not that famous.
Yeah.
He was from boy band TVXQ between 2003 and 2009,
Yeah,
and also the group JYJ.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Because I think we were wrong because at the similar time, this K-pop star got found guilty, but he's very famous, VI, and he didn't get charged. But what his so-called crime was that he tried to buy drug, but he got scared, so he didn't buy drug. So he didn't break any law, but there was like text messages and stuff like that he was trying hard to get a drug, but he never bought it.
From the neighbor marketplace.
Is what's on the news. So I'm just like, I kind of wanted to clarify because chat was like, oh, maybe it's a VI, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it was VI, but then it's not, so it's all good. I'm sorry that I got it wrong. I thought it was VI because the news timing was very similar.
I still maintain. I don't understand why you would shoot meth. I know we've been down the road many, many times.
Yeah, but he's not that famous, so it's okay.
She made it.
But to VI fans, I'm sorry. It wasn't. I thought it was VI with the meth thingy because of the timeline of what happened, but it was not VI. VI was only withdrew himself from the band because he tried to buy drug but did not.
What is VI? It's like vehicle inspection.
Oh my god, dude! You're gonna get me in trouble if you keep doing that. He's like, he could have been. People think he could have been the next GD. Like he was composing like music for like everything. Like he was doing everything, and like he made, you know, this song like. It's really famous, but anyways, like he composed that too. No, dude! Oh my god, you gotta respect. You gotta respect the freaking K-pop, dude.
Oh, Orange Caramel. I know that.
Jesus Christ.
And then my other favorite K-pop song is Jack Black going shoot doo 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 doo
Dude,
doo doo doo
you're like
doo.
so old. That's like 8 years old, okay? Stop bringing same material for 8 years in a row. It might be older than 8 years, dude. Jesus Christ.
K-pop stands are not gonna come after me. I lived in the land of K-pop. I was there at the Zeitgeist when Sunyoshi Day was at the height of their popularity, like 6 months after G came out.
Who the fuck are all these people you're talking
You don't know
about?
Sunyoshi Day, Girls' Generation?
Oh, well, it's 소녀시대. You kind of pronounced it wrong, but okay.
I was there. I was at baseball games where inexplicably they had K-pop performances during the intermissions.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah, I was
gosh.
there. I was not there for Gangnam Style, but I was only recently returned when Gangnam Style popped off. And thank God for that every day.
Jesus Christ, you
Every
guys.
day I wake up and I say, "Oh my God, thank God I got out of Korea before Gangnam Style got popular."
Dude, Korean people are very proud that Gangnam Style got famous, and then they were
I
able
understand
to...
that's kindred spirits with Canadians as well. We're like, "Hey, Bare Naked Ladies had a #1 hit in 1999 with 1 week." We're cut from the same cloth in that department. We're all
Yeah.
just trying to take over America's cultural hegemony. I understand how it is. Yeah, exactly.
I'm
That's
trying to make apologies of like thinking that I got some facts wrong, and then this guy is just singing freaking Orange Caramel song.
It's a great
and the
song.
band is freaking disbanded like 4 years
I
ago.
don't know any new K-pop songs.
Yes, you do.
We haven't been to Changmo that recently.
I was like, what? You know, I freaking played like, you know, the.
No, you did play. Wait. I know the name. Shoot, something like that. What was it called? It's something like that. Zap
What
zap.
the fuck is shoot, dude?
What's it called? Before you laugh more.
Well, I mean, I forgot what it's called, but it's definitely
Wow,
not
okay.
shoot.
There's a lady. She's singing. She has a gun. She speaks English occasionally.
What? She doesn't have a gun?
Well, she holds up her hand as if it's a gun. Is what I mean.
I don't think so. I don't know what you're talking about.
Most popular K-pop songs, July 2019. Top 60 K-pop songs chart.
No, it's not Kill This Love.
It's
You should
not
know
Red
Kill-
Velvet.
He should know Kill This Love though. It's
Who is that?
Blackpink. Blackpink.
I know who they are.
Zimzalabim is Red Velvet. It's why did I forget?
Who is a? It's not Roly Poly, but I do know Roly Poly. It's a single idol.
They're
It is
from
a-
IOI.
It's
Singer.
it's a
She's-
woman singing by herself, but it is not a ballad. It is a pop song.
No, it's not Somi. It's like Taeyeon or something. And then trying to remember.
Snapping. It was snapping.
Oh yeah, snapping.
Like I said,
Changha.
shoot.
Dude, oh my gosh. Snapping by Changha, yes.
Yeah, because she says snapping. I remember that.
It was like, this song is really good. You should listen to it. What's the name of our goat?
I feel like Krendor's kind of got a goat-like demeanor.
No,
He has a goatee.
we have Josh.
That's true. Josh is kind of like a goat. He's like,
No,
if I
we have
believe it, if you put a can in front of him, he would eat it. Not right away, but if you left him in the can unsupervised, you would come back at some point and there would just be no can.
Oh, you know what? Cobalt. I'll send little Cobalt to her new home right now.
Yeah, I know Snapping, and I know that song by the lady who came second on K-pop Star. That goes, I'm 25. Something that's soon.
What?
I'm better. Yeah, by IU. That's right.
Palette?
See? Wait, no, not by IU. But yeah, by IU. I'm 20. It's a song about how she's 25. You know, it's really hard to remember the songs because, like, I don't speak Korean. All I know is they say Hajima.
That is not true. They
say
don't.
Hajima now and then.
Oh my gosh.
That's guaranteed.
You're gonna get me in trouble, dude.
With who? The Korean government? I don't understand.
The freaking K-pop fans, they're gonna get offended by all these things you say.
They should not be offended by this. I'm the only white 30-year-old Canadian guy on earth who's like interfacing. Not to mention, I live there. Not to mention, I know the song. Don't even start with me, K-pop stands. We're on the same. We're on the same freaking wavelength here, okay? Don't put any more samjang in my dosa bibimbap. Is already spicy enough. It's mashisoyo. No more. No more.
Oh my god, you're so bad. You're like, if you're my dad, I'm like, you're embarrassing me. Please stop.
I'm not insulting K-pop. I just don't speak Korean. So I don't know all the song, like all the words in the songs, but I usually know the melody of the chorus, but I can't sing, so it sounds like I'm being insulting, but really you're insulting me because I know the melody. I just can't get it to come out of my mouth because my vocal cords don't sing well.
Oh my gosh.
I find a lot of K-pop songs very catchy, but I never remember them after like an hour because again, none of the words stick in my head. Because none of the song is bad. It's just that I don't speak Korean.
Well, you know, if you listen to them, you'll like them more.
Yeah, but I don't even listen to I don't listen to anything. Except when I drove to get that puzzle, I listened to Pavement suggested similar artists radio. That was a good time. You like the Silver Jews? That's a great band.
Maybe you will like Blackpink. Blackpink.
What's their major hit?
Well, like they came out recently with "Kill This Love." Kill this love. Dun, 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 dun.
You do not know.
Or like
We gotta kneel.
I forgot. Che, you help me out.
What was their hit? Because you were playing a lot of their songs. Oh, hit me with that do.
Yeah, there you go. That was like 1 billion views.
Yeah, I know that song.
I don't know if you're listening to the same songs.
Yeah. That song, that was a slapper.
I don't know if you're listening to the same songs.
Yeah, hit me with that baby.
No. Oh my god.
Baby.
Oh god. Oh.
Yo, RTJ is a great K-pop band. Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks. Put me to your lips.
Man, I'm so embarrassed.
I think if we had obviously this mathematically doesn't make much sense, but if we had like a 14-year-old daughter, she would think that I was a very embarrassing dad, but all her friends would be like, shut up, your dad's really cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what her friends think.
I'm just saying that democratically, I would be considered a cool dad. But it would be very embarrassing for the child themselves. Then when they got older, they would be like, he was a pretty cool dad, to be honest.
I think they're like, at least he tried.
He's trying to interface. she'll just tell me to Hajima, and I'll say,
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I'm just going to Gaio, and
Gaio means already go.
yeah, I'm gonna already go.
You're gonna
and
go. Is that what you just said?
I'm gonna ga.
I'm gonna go. Oh my god. I think I will just take my daughter to the school by myself.
All right, but you gotta take the focus.
Oh my god.
I like some of those Big Bang songs. Bang Bang Bang, that was a catchy song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I don't mean catchy as an insult either. I don't really know what
Well,
they're
like
saying.
Fantastic Baby, like was on the Billboard chart too.
Yo,
Fantastic
G
Baby.
is a good song. I know it's ancient in K-pop terms. G had a real hook
Yeah.
to it. Back when K-pop was a
G,
little,
G, G,
it was a little less dark and a little bit more like bubblegummy. That was a good song.
I mean, we still have good songs. You know, like Twice as well.
Wait. Just like TT.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
TT.
Was that
And
the one
then-
they filmed in Vancouver?
No, that's the What Is Love.
Mm.
And then
Oh,
they
that
just
was Me Likey. Yeah, Me
oh
Likey.
yeah,
I
was
know
like
that
it,
one.
That's right. And then how about the recent one,
No, absolutely not.
the Fancy?
The only,
You
I
heard me
literally-
listening to it.
I only know K-pop songs if you sit me down and show them to me, or if we end up staying so long at a Korean restaurant that their music video rotation circles back to what they were playing when we walked in.
Yeah, but you know, Fancy though.
That's a picture this. I'm the realist. I'm still in the murder business. I can hold it down like I'm teaching lessons in physics. You should want a bad bitch like me. You know how is that it?
Why do I feel age gap between you?
That song came out in like 2014. That's not. There's no age gap. I was already old as dirt to be listening to Iggy Azalea. That song's got a hook though. It's got a dirty beat. Gong 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 gong. Slaps. At least a little.
I think our kid will think like you're actually really old. Because you talk old.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Oh, Lord, somebody clean that beat. Exactly. It's the kind of beat you gotta get the Swiffer wet jet out when you put it on the old hi-fi. Make your whole place dirty.
I have so many different milk in my inventory. Then I'm gonna... Aren't these some of the stuff minerals like... somewhere here?
Okay, what age should a kid receive a cellular telephone in the 21st century?
Well, I think it depends on their personalities, right? If you feel like you can't trust them with it, then maybe it will be later. But if you feel like, you know, you can trust them with it, then, you know, whenever. I think it depends on the kid, I think.
Can you just give a kid like a phone that can only call his parents and grandparents?
Yeah, you can.
Like
do that.
everything else is completely disabled.
I think so. You
All
know, you
right.
created this box.
Then when
for,
they
like,
turn 18, we can turn that off.
No, I don't know if you can do that.
On their 18th birthday, I'll take off the parental controls.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'll open it up and reveal that the whole time it was full of crappy bubble gum.
You know, instead of creating this box, you could have just put all the minerals in the mineral box.
Yo, but the one box was super full.
I put all the stuff that you put in the new box into the mineral box and it all filled in.
Look, all I'm saying is that I didn't have access to data on my phone until I was in my 20s. So why should they have access to data on their
Well,
phone?
just because you lived in a small town, that doesn't mean that they should.
It was a small town. It was the past. It's two very different things. Chat, where do you catch walleye? I know it has to be at night, but is walleyes a river fish?
Extremely boomer.
Lake at night. Okay, thank you.
Alright, let's go. I think I'm ready for the 25th floor.
I don't have well, I don't know. I can't say that I don't have boomer energy. I think there's two different generations though. Like my parents are actually younger than baby boomers, and they have some boomer energy. When my dad's like,
your parents have a very strong boomer energy.
When my dad's like, I don't want to go out to that acclaimed Indian restaurant. They have a few too many cream-based curries. I was like, oh, a very powerful boomer presence has been felt here.
I feel like my parents are old. I know my parents are older than your parents, but your parents have more boomer energy than my parents.
With all due respect, your parents are more worldly because in adulthood they emigrated to a different country.
Yeah.
My parents have basically lived within the same, well, you know, as adults, they've lived in the same 50-mile radius for their whole adult lives. So I understand why they're less open to some new experiences, but they're working on it. My mom especially, you know, she eats vegetable-driven meals. She drinks kombucha. She practices mindfulness, you know. She's a very modern woman. My dad's a little bit more of a, you know, not really like a traditionalist, but he's getting there. He's drinking wine. That's a start. He's eating like yams and stuff like that.
Yams.
You know what I mean? But like I have millennial energy, which is just, it has not been discovered yet. Boomer energy, that's totally different. Boomer energy is like, oh my god, I have cable TV. And then Zoomer energy is like, I don't even know what Zoomer energy is. Zoomer energy is blaming literally every single problem in your life on capitalism, even if it has nothing to do. It's like, oh, they brought me the wrong kind of sandwich. Well, you know, capitalism, am I right? I'm in this weird millennial energy where like, I don't really know where I stand because my defining characteristic is like, well, the smartphone came out when I was 22, and people are like, shut up, dude. This isn't about you.
Well, your boomer energy was that you didn't have like smartphone until you were like 20 something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a huge boomer energy.
No, but I think boomer energy is like, you know, back in my day, I rode my bike to school, and you know, kids were getting kidnapped left, right, and center. My dad has boomer energy sometimes, but he's like, you know, my mom fed me boiled hot dogs growing up. I'm like, oh, cursed boomer energy radiates from this right here. Millennial energy is like what I have, which is like, you know, my parents cooked meals with rice when I was growing up. And then some people are like, so? That's normal. And then some people are like, oh my God. Literally, my family had like potato chips as a side. I'm in that in-between zone where like...
Yeah, I think you're in between. Because like sometimes I feel like you're a little old.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But you know, that's where you got it mixed up, is that like you are of the opinion that I'm being very delicate with the way I want to explain this. I think you're of the opinion that being old is something to besmirch or shy away from, whereas I am very much of the opinion that being old up to a point is sick.
Whoops, I wasted a bomb. Well, I mean, you know, it's like, I don't feel, it's like half correct, I would say, to what you just said. But, you know, it's like, you're young, you know?
Yeah, no, I know.
You talk old. Like, some people think you're like 38 or something.
Well, I think I take... Honestly, I like being a millennial. I think I can take the positive things from both the Zoomers and Boomers and kind of like mix them together. Like, what do Boomers have? Hey, I think Boomers are really ignorant to the concerns that Millennials and Zoomers have for like economic purposes, but they do have a sense of hard work Like, I think if you told a boomer when they were like 20 years old, it was like, hey, if you shovel this dog poop every single day, you'll get a pension and be able to retire. They'd be like, this is the greatest job in the world. I have a respect for a hard day's work that might not necessarily be pleasant, but in my line of work, it usually is. But then I'm also, on the Zoomer side, Zoomers are, they're very like hyper aware of other people around them. They're super empathetic. They're more sensitive, I think, on average. And this has, led to them being mocked sometimes for like political correctness gone mad, but simultaneously illustrates that they have a care for their fellow man that I think in previous generations, it was just like people were like, I would step on your head to get ahead in my own occupational existence. I like both of those elements.
I understand. Chad is like lying down.
Yeah. Hey, Zoomers, you don't get to take all the trauma of the world's environmental collapse. I'll still be alive, God willing, to fight in the moisture wars.
Well, then am I a Zoomer?
Nah, you're a millennial too.
But I feel like I relate to Zoomers more.
I do think you relate a little bit more to people younger than you. I don't
Maybe
mean that
because
in a
I'm
negative
surrounded
way.
with you and Dan.
Dude, I think it's honestly
One
because
goes like, what's the difference between cold brew and iced coffee?
Here's the thing, is like, I don't think that I talk, like, I don't feel like I'm more mature or aged necessarily than the average 30-year-old. I just think that on Twitch, a lot of 30-year-old men are like, they act like they're in their late teens or early 20s. I feel like when I talk to 30, like people around my age who work normal jobs and have perhaps more normal lives, I feel like they think that I'm immature. And I'm like, finally, these are my people. People that are insulting me.
So you're like, that kind of pushes you to be more...
No, this is just my normal existence. But when like other streamers are like, a good example, sorry, I shouldn't have done the voice because I'm going to talk about friends of mine. But when like if Rob's on the show sometimes and he's like, I haven't eaten yet, and it's like 6 p.m. his time, I actually want to yell at him for his own like well-being sake, but also like,
oh, we know exactly who he is, so I don't think you need to give him a...
Well, I just mean like I don't want to have you on the show and be like, oh, there's Rob not eating again. I want to be like, hey, you dumb idiot, go eat, take the first segment of the show off and then go eat a meal so that you're not, starving during the show. Like go take care of yourself, man.
But I mean, I don't think that's Zoomer energy. I think that's just irresponsible.
Oh, hello, Ruka. Hello, my son.
That's a streamer energy.
Whoa, don't jump on the computer, please.
Oh. Yo, I might actually do it, dude. Start. Poggers, dude. I might do it. It might happen. It might happen. 25 floors, it might happen.
Well, hope you enjoy sleeping outside.
What are we talking about, dude? I'm floor 24, dude. '25 floor, let's go! Shit, get out! No! Ugh! Almost died. I almost died, but I did it, dude. I did it. Let's go. Yeah, I got. Yeah, I did it, Cheddar. Yeah, let's go. Same energy. Same energy. Let's go. What?
Chad said you're making Pam stay up past midnight. Maybe it's good for Pam.
Yeah,
so
maybe
that
it's good for Pam.
she doesn't get back to the town until the bar is already closed. And having someone rely on her maybe gives her a sense of self-worth that she can use to pull herself out of rock bottom.
Oh, I got 10,000 G, dude.
Oh my lord.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Great payday.
You did it. I'm very impressed. Enjoy your reward. 10,000. Probably not Amir. Thank you very much for the gift, so let's go. Oh, did I... Pierre here. I really want a plate of sashimi. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, hey. You see where we live, buddy? I don't think there's a whole lot of sushi restaurants out here.
Dude, guess what? I also got 20 eggplant seeds.
Oh, are those
Fall.
summer? I think it's a summer.
Fall.
Summer food.
Fall.
She was saying fall the whole time. I didn't notice. Yo, I got 10,000 G as well.
What?
Yoink.
You got 10,000 G as well?
Yep.
What the
I
hell?
mean, we got 10,000 G, I guess, but
No, we got 20,000 G.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That is pretty funny.
Well, it was worth it then. Yo, probably not Amir. Oh, also Amir, I think he sent us gifts. We're gonna do a fan mail.
Yeah, we
soon.
have a video still to be done. A couple, actually, maybe.
All thanks to you, in a way.
Here's the thing, chat. I'm of this opinion, and I haven't always been of this opinion. I've only come to it, through the years. Because someone in chat said growing old is mandatory. Well, not true, but either way, I see the sentiment of what you're saying. Growing up is optional. There's a lot of propaganda that is Peter Pan focused, which is well, kids are full of joy, and then as soon as you get old, you become all old and cranky, and you hate everything, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's getting older. I think and growing up is totally fine. You get a little bit crankier. I can't deny that. But so what? Kids are cranky all the goddamn time. You ever listen to a 14-year-old? They complain about everything. Oh, got a math test today. Oh, my mom cooked dinner for me every night for my whole life, but she didn't cook the #1 thing I wanted. Kids complain. They just have rose-tinted glasses about when they were younger. I actually think that growing up is important. I think you should accept that as you get older, you have a responsibility to both yourself and your family, and also the younger generation of people to pass it down the line a little bit. I think that's important.
Well, I mean, it's not. I think most of the people that I know that have problem with aging is because they haven't found a stable job. They haven't found something, and yet they're still they're gaining age and they feel like they're behind their colleagues. I think that's what most of concerns come from, instead of people
I
just
get
saying,
that, but I also do in Isaac I talk about how I live in my off hours. I live a pretty boring life, which isn't even really that true. We travel quite often. Definitely more than average people. We go on pseudo adventures, but some weekends I'm we didn't really do much. We just walked around, played some Pokemon Go, had a good brunch, saw a movie, blah blah blah. And sometimes people will take it upon themselves to be hey dude, It's your best friend you've never met here. Just so you know, like, just because you're, like, we're the same age, but I still have a cool life. I still get wasted with my friends and play board games all the time. And I'm like, all right, man, good for you. That's like, I'm glad you found something that you like, but it's a little insulting that you think that that's what I want for my life. I'm living my best life right now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm sorry that it offends you, that you think, like, you know, having a few drinks and then going to a concert is cooler than reading a book. More power to you, I guess. But, you know
oh,
it's
no,
not
you're
cool.
becoming your Sims. The Dan.
I think people, they think that, like, they need to rescue me from, like, my pseudo hermit life, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, in college, I lived it up. I'm done. I got it out of my system, and now I'm like,
I think, like, there are different things. First of all, I think living up, it doesn't have to be like getting wasted and be irresponsible. I don't particularly find that, like, that's a young man's thing. It's fun thing. Both does not apply to me. It's like, it could be young man's thing because if they're immature, but that doesn't strike fun. That sounds like just like more work afterwards, you know? Just have fun responsibly so there's no work afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be like, oh, I feel bad, I can't do this thing, and I just be like, oh, you know, Jesus Christ, you could have just like looked after yourself, but here you are being immature. But
you know what it is like when I was like, now, I'll start by talking about now. On our day off, you know, oftentimes I'll wake up like an hour, you know, maybe 2 hours before you. I don't feel like I can enjoy my day off as long as there's like stuff that needs to be done. So I'm like, okay, it's like, you know, I don't know, 10 a.m. I'm going to set my videos. That has to be done. I'm going to, you know, I don't know, load the dish. We're just doing examples. Load the dishwasher, start the, you know, washing machine or something like that. Get a head start on laundry, blah, blah, blah. You know, pack up garbage and recycling so it's clean. And I think like 19-year-old me would have been like, bro, that's like lame as hell. But 19-year-old me also lived like in squalor. Like, our house, we lived with like, you know, 6 other people of varying degrees of cleanliness. But it was like, we were just getting like trashed. And then you'd wake up in the morning and, you know, you'd go down into this, let's say it's Saturday morning, you go down into the basement, there would be like, you know, 80 empty beer bottles. As a 30-year-old, I'm like, dude, first off, why wouldn't you just put them away as you drank them? Secondly, that's way too much.
yeah.
But thirdly, obviously. But thirdly, I'm like, well, I can't relax until I clean this stuff up. But instead of doing that, I would just leave the basement. And then later in the afternoon, we'd be like, hey, you guys want to have some beers? And we would go down and just drink in the squalor. Now I'm like that, it doesn't interest me at all. I'm very grateful for the fact that I got it out of my system at a young age when it was like, you know, more socially acceptable. Whereas now it's like extremely lame.
Why are you following me?
I don't know what to do. It's Sunday, so I can't buy bait. Can't fish if I can't buy bait.
Fix the fences then.
All right, I can do that.
Oh, oops. Oh my goodness, probably not Amir. Thank you so much for the gift subs, dude. So nice.
Okay, but you gave one to Katana Launcher, which means that you need to change your Overwatch League badge in this chat to be a Kate subscriber badge.
Should I make more bee houses?
I don't know. I mean, we're doing pretty well. We're making like 75 grand a season, you know? I think that's enough for 2 people who also exclusively eat the stuff that they grow.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt to have more money.
That is right. It's not wrong.
I made it. Kate is greed? What? That's not greed. What is it greed to say more money doesn't hurt?
Hey, as long as there's a demand for more Stardew Valley honey out there, we would be fools to not let that demand be saturated. It would be unfair of us when we have all these amazing bees and there's so much love for Stardew Valley honey not to give people what they want in exchange for a set amount of currency.
Our farm is like getting smaller now.
Unfortunately, we have no bug meat. Otherwise, I would craft some bait.
Oh, well, why don't you go to the cave and then get some bug meat?
Because it's 8 p.m.
This guy just goes to bed? Oh my gosh. You guys are my favorite streamers? Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
That means a lot to me. Because I also watch other streamers.
Kate, I was looking at Twitch stats today for like the most popular games. And there's a hugely popular Korean TFT streamer.
Yeah.
Top Twitch games June 2019. Hold on a sec here. Is this it? Sorry, I'll hit next as well. Trying to see if you know who it is. I believe it was Handong Suk. Handong Suk. Do you know Yap Yap?
Nope. I don't watch good players, dude. Good players don't entertain me. I watch bad players.
What's your favorite Korean streamer's name again?
Yang.
And he streams Teamfight Tactics, right? Not Underlords?
The League of Legends one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see him on this list, but that means I must be missing him because he would be on here in terms of stats for sure.
In English, it's like he goes by Pung, like Pong.
He's not Dingception.
Oh, I know the name that. I know that guy. The name. Only the name. But I wanna go to South Korea if he does a fan meeting.
He's not Exisha Michael.
Nope.
XS Michael.
Okay.
I'm trying here.
I guess.
Yo, it's raining big today.
He streams in Korean people call like roto chess. It's like it's not auto chess, it's slow to chess.
Isn't it Teamfight Tactics though?
Well, in English, I guess people call it roto chess because it's not auto chess, it's League of Legends chess.
like LOL but Hungalized?
Yeah, like Loto chess. But Loto chess is team tactic fight, I believe.
Okay.
But he doesn't play it all that often.
Oh,
I hope this egg counts for the both of y'all.
It works for me, dude.
Yeah. Thank y'all. I harvested everything. Baby. Ooh, I'll save strawberries to make jams out of that.
Okay. Would you
Someone
two ever
is gay.
consider living on a farm in real life? Kate,
Have
would
I
you like
considered? Why would I
Kate-
consider that?
Kate is very much an urban dweller. So am I, to be fair. But Kate is like even more, for sure. Here's the thing. I think, like, I do romanticize the idea of having a life where, like, you wake up, you do a couple of small, I mean, I'm not saying it's not hard work, but you do, like, some simple manual tasks, eat lunch, do some simple manual tasks, and then, like, in doing so, you've provided the stuff for you to live, and then you just, enjoy your night, go to bed,
Yo,
wake
all
up.
the fences are broken as fuck.
I'll go get them. They must have been struck by lightning. However, I don't think farming is the right job for me.
Dude, I think, I don't know. Maybe Ryan would be good at it, but I'm not gonna be a happy farmer.
I'll tell you, mentally, it would not bother me.
When I see,
Physically, there'd be a learning curve for sure.
I love environment, and I do everything to. I'm very environment friendly, but I do not want to be touched by bugs. They can live their own life. They can mind their own life, and I'll mind my own. So, if I were to become a farmer, I will have a problem because I hate bugs.
I honestly think like my ideal job would just to be like a mailman, but also get paid like $750,000 US annually.
I thought you said mailman.
Just be a mail. Like I'm gonna be honest, especially like in downtown Vancouver, when I see mailmen and they're like, they drive up in a truck and then they take like a big sack of mail and then they go into the building and hand deliver the letters to everybody. I'm like, dude, that sounds pretty sick. Like the duties of that job sound cool. And then, but like I don't want to get paid like the normal amount. I want to get paid way, way, way too much.
For me, I wanna be like the top of the food chain. So like I will set up something like a cogwheel, and then as soon as the cogwheel's turning, I'm just sitting above the cogwheel, and I have workers basically turning the cogwheel, and I'm just sitting around making money. That's my job.
Yeah,
That's
Kate
my idea.
is not sensitive to the anti-capitalist discussions that have recently started to pop up in the modern era.
Yo, if
Kate is
anyone
like-
who's complaining is on the top of the food chain, nobody will be complaining.
Kate is like the opposite. Which is that not rare. I think that's like what most people are like, to be honest, where they're like they take steps to get to the top of the food chain. Like I know that there's a lot of like anti-landlord discourse. Is like landlords are like the scum of the earth. I do want to say our current landlord owns, just for the record. I want to make sure if she's watching, we're cool. But people that I think are like my age and a little bit older, that's like their dream. They're like, we'll buy a house, then we'll sell it, and then we'll buy 2 apartments. We'll live in one, and the other one we'll pay our mortgage for that one. And then once our mortgage for that one is paid off, we'll buy 2 more apartments. And then like eventually you're like, yeah, my job is to have 10 apartments.
I don't like
and then
that.
once every 8 months, I have to evict somebody because they took a crap in the plumbing or something like that.
Well, the reason why I have problem with that is because I actually have to work to maintain the place. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Whereas the idea that I have introduced to you, it's like you're sitting on the high chair and there are just people working for you, but you're getting money, and I feel like that's the good stuff.
What you are describing is what we should have done which is starting a YouTube network in like 2012.
Like with your, no, I don't know about that. Machinima got like under and.
Well, and then we would have gotten out by 2013. You start the network, you use your connections to get, I don't know, maybe 5,000 people signed to the network, and then you get bought by, like, let's just hypothetically say Sony, and then you retire forever. You obviously you do not stay a part of the executive steering committee, otherwise you're going down with the ship.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that worked at Machinima, and I harbor no ill will towards them, but that's basically what happened, is like, they recruited people to the network, and then I'm sure at some point, these are savvy people. They looked at the business model and went like, I don't know about this anymore. And then, a company comes along and is like, hey, we're going to buy your network for $40 million. You're like, okay, this is my time.
Exactly.
This is where I get out, and I, maybe I become a venture capitalist, or I don't know.
Well, I think it's just like the Black Mirror season 1 episode 2, where the main character is just like, this is like all effed up, everyone is on the treadmill, I'm gonna end this. And then the high up goes like, we're gonna give you a nice place and we're gonna give you orange juice. How about that? And he takes the deal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not ignorant that I'm just like, yeah, I want to break the wheel. I'm embracing it. I'm just like, yeah, I want to sit up on the high chair. That would be sweet. Because I think
psychologically, I don't know, like, sometimes you think about like, oh man, like I'm like the newest human being in a genetic chain that stretches back like, hundreds of thousands of years, right? So I think back like, man, how did my ancestors survive? Because, we're not particularly, physically strong or imposing. It's, I don't know if I feel like my family's relatively intelligent, but I have no idea what component of that is like genetic versus cultural. And then I realized, what I think was my main advantage is I got incredibly low standards. I think I would have been like the ideal accessory to any community in prehistoric human times. People would be like, hey, we're eating like boar tonight. I'd be like, that's sick. Next day, they'd be like, we didn't get any boar. And I'd be like, I'm going to be hungry. That's okay. We're all going to be hungry together. Next day, they're like, we're eating leaves. I'd be like, oh, sick, dude, leaves. Ask Kate, like, how many times do I have a bad meal experience at a restaurant? It's literally like 0. She's like, you want to eat here? I'm like, yeah. You want to eat here? Yeah. You want to eat here? I don't know. It's a little far, but sure.
Just put it in front of me.
I'm always happy to eat. That's basically what it comes down to. Yeah, low standards is a mood buff in RimWorld.
Oh yeah, it's true.
You might think it's different, like...
Oh my gosh, scared me.
The character I play on the show is like a little bit of an exaggerated version of myself. But like, honestly, I don't really complain that much in real life.
No. Not enough. I'm like, you need to complain. You need to vent about stuff because I know what's happening.
Yeah.
Because my dude, he just like holds everything inside of him and he doesn't vent. And I'm just like, dude, you need to vent.
I don't want to burden people with my own problems.
Yeah, but that's how it works.
As we speak right now, some kid's stepping on a landmine somewhere else in the world, getting his kneecaps blown off.
You don't have to go that far, dude. Now that's millennial energy. But I mean, like, that's my... I don't know what the topic it was, but that's my ideal. Oops. Some people are like, Kate, you're already sitting on a high chair.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like...
I mean, you never want to
There's always a higher chair, you know what I'm saying?
I'm where we're at in our lives, if we could guarantee where we're at right now for the rest of our lives, I would lock that deal in. I would sign that to a max value contract for 20 years, no doubt. But, you're always, every day that you work, psychologically at least, you know, you're working to improve your standard of living or keep it the same, not to regress. But I do think, I don't know, I think we have like different ambitions slightly. I don't think we're on very different pages, but like I have absolutely no ambition to be like Instagram rich and be like, you know, like own a boat or
No, Ryan likes to live down.
like a property management company or something. Like that doesn't interest me at all.
He's a living down kind of a person.
I am. I like that Larry David lifestyle where my man probably makes like $75 million a year or more in Seinfeld residuals, and he drives like a $65,000 car. I mean, it's not a, he's not driving a used, you know, 1992 Honda Civic, but he's not driving a Maserati.
Whoa, are you seeing this?
Yeah. Oh, we're getting blessed.
Oh, we are getting blessed. Look at that fairy.
Oh, she turned off our sprinklers.
Yo, that cauliflower is gonna be like huge.
What
That
is
one
this?
cauliflower is gonna be insane. Oil
Oh my God,
maker.
it's $6,200 today. 38 green beans. Oh my God! Actually, we sold 70 green beans yesterday.
I picked a lot of stuff.
That's absurd.
My mentality is more money doesn't hurt. So
I mean, I do agree with that.
While you can make money, why not? Why not?
Well, here's the thing. I think I do agree with you, except sometimes you do have to examine it situationally. Like, imagine you owned like a Subway franchise. You know, you might take home, I don't know, maybe like $100,000 a year as a result of owning that Subway franchise. If you save your money within a couple of years, you could pick up a second Subway franchise. And then, you know, you could basically repeat that ad infinitum. But at some point, you got to say to yourself, like, first off, brother, there's too many Subways already. But secondarily, like, at what point do you just decide, like, the amount of money I have right now has made my quality of life X? Every extra dollar starts to add less happiness than it adds more hassle.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's not what I'm saying, though. It's not like, as long as you're not, you know, reaching too far to kind of break the balance, that's not what I'm looking for. But, yeah, I get it. I get it.
That is true. If you had 3 Subways, you could actually have a sandwich of Subways. He's not wrong.
Where is...
Good night, Origin.
Good night, Origin. Sea urchin. I need sea urchin.
Oh, I mean, I'll try. I don't know where to go. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, I think that like startup culture is like a really good example. You know, people who make these companies, you know, fresh out of college, they make a startup that becomes worth like, you know, tens or hundreds of millions of dollars or even more. My personality is definitely like, you know, if I made a startup and somebody was like, hey, I'm going to pass you a number, you know, would tell me if you would sell your company for that. My number for where I would cash out would probably be a lot lower than a lot of people's number. I feel like, and there's some people who are like, this is my baby, I will not sell it. And I'm like, brother, it's an app that, you know, delivers kombucha to your front door. So, like, it's not your baby. Let's not be ridiculous. But, no, it would be more than $23. But I'm just saying, I have no, and I'm very thankful for this. And I don't think this is rare, to be honest. But I have no ambition of being like Jeff Bezos. and being like one of the richest men in the world, or even like the richest man, you know, on my city block or something like that. However, it's also not like just pass me enough money so that I could live on ramen noodles for the rest of my life without ever putting in another day's work. It's definitely higher than that.
What the heck is this secret note? If you can read this, come to Secret Woods. Please bring Maypal syrup. Is it Dan who wrote this?
I work at a startup. Our CEO has made and sold 2 startups before this, and I'm like, just cash out, bro. I mean, I get that, but I also, the only thing I'll say that I think is slightly different about that is like, you know, if you sell a company and you're like 24 and you sell your second company and you're like 30, I mean, what are you going to do? You're like 30 years old. You got to do something. It seems like you're pretty good at selling companies. Might as well just, you know, start at 0 and try again, I guess. And that's my problem, as Kate and I have talked about. Like, you know, even if we had the means to retire now, I have no desire to, just because, like, what would I do? Yeah, I would drive Kate insane. There's no doubt about it.
I don't know if you'll drive me insane. I don't think
I would go on like 10-hour Pokemon Go walks.
Really? Yeah, but you will do it by yourself, right?
Yeah, I get over it pretty quickly though. I think I would feel. Is that like, I get it, you'd like get hobbies and stuff like that, but I'm like, this is like, the sun's up right now. I'm making hay. Oh, tomorrow's the flower dance.
Oh, I will forever support Ryan. Look at that.
I appreciate it, but hopefully you won't have to. Yeah, exactly. Retire, become a volunteer mailman. I was thinking, because I was thinking about like my ideal video game now that I got this wheel. I'm not saying this would be like game of the century material, but I was like, man, a game where you just simulated being like a DoorDash driver, that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
But the only reason I think it would not be enjoyable in real life, besides the fact that it's part of the gig economy and thus cursed with a terrible wage and exploitative business model, is because of the fact that I feel like always finding places to like park would be super annoying. You know what I mean?
You can be on a bicycle.
That is true, but I don't know, like you couldn't do it like 10 hours a day then. You know, you would just be you're training for the Tour de France at that point. So if you're doing it like in a car, I'm like, you'd always be like, hey, I'm in front of your building. Then you got like loading zone, stuff honking at you, bus lane only stuff. I want like a suburban DoorDash simulator. And then like once every like 20 orders, somebody calls from the big city. And then it's exciting. You're like, I don't know where to park. It's fun.
I don't find that fun at all. But, you do you. Is there a 30-year-old YouTube simulator? Or YouTuber simulator?
There's that YouTuber simulator.
Yeah, PewDiePie made it, right?
No.
Oh, no?
He financed and I'm sure consulted on a platformer, I remember. The Adventures of Brofist or whatever. And then that studio also, I think, made a Happy Wheels inspired game. Oh, he has them. Oh, I see. Yeah. No, you're right. I was thinking of a different game, but yes, he did make a YouTube simulator for mobile.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the PC game. You're absolutely right.
That's what I thought.
That was I don't know. It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
What? The YouTube sim?
Yeah, I think so.
No, that was like long time ago, dude. I remember like seeing that when I was in university.
It's possible.
It's definitely not 3 years ago. What do you think is your average age for your audience? I think my audience is older than Ryan's audience, for sure. Because I see a lot of viewers who are like, I also have wife, or like I also have long-term relationship, or yeah, with my girlfriend or boyfriend. So I think I have older. So I think I would say 22 average, 22.
Oh, I was gonna say like early 20s for myself as well.
I think for you is younger. I would say like 18, 19.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think a lot of my audience came from around they got onboarded in the 2014 to 2015 area when they were probably in their mid to late teens, and then if they've stuck around since then, probably so that's like 4 years ago. Seems about right. I would think early 20s.
Then I guess I'm mid-20s then.
You stream a little later at night too. You get the late night crowd. All the early 20s have to go to bed. Mom's knocking. Hey, Homer, you gotta go to your job interview in the morning. Why are you up watching Twitch so late?
What kind of early 20s is that? Mom asking to go to bed?
Sometimes I wish my mom would tell me to go to bed. Although, to be honest, I don't have a problem. Sometimes I wish my mom would tell my wife to go to bed.
Oh my god!
last couple of nights has been fine though.
This guy, he's like the opposite from me. I don't like to live my days regularly. Like, if you actually put like a timetable, like he would follow that too hard. Like, it's just like he would eat this.
I live a very routine existence.
It's
You don't understand. It's very hard for me to
crazy.
not. It's very hard for me to not know what time at which we will be consuming dinner on a nightly basis. That pretty much occupies like at least 20% of my daily thoughts.
Oh my
like-
god.
Is like, when are we gonna have dinner? Are we gonna have dinner at 8? Are we gonna have dinner at 11? I don't know. What are we gonna do for dinner? Are we gonna go out for dinner? If we're gonna go out for dinner, we should really leave a little bit earlier so that more places are open. We got more options.
It's like I don't like to do things by like the timetable, but like I kind of like put in this on like ideology of like a life, but I don't really execute that just because I don't think I'm that kind of person. I get really like, I don't know, I hate it. If I like live like a schedule life, like a strict schedule life, I hate it.
I don't get it. Like, to be honest.
Why I hate it?
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong because I believe that you're speaking, what you truly believe. But I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, why is she going to bed later tonight than last night? Like, what was there some huge, some news dropped at 1:15 a.m. today that's really exciting. I'm like, I'll just read it in the morning,
Well, it's like I cannot go to bed unless today's work is completely done.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes a while to get my work done.
But
Sometimes
does it take
doesn't.
a while to get it done because there's more of it or because you start it later?
It's both.
Was that in real life or was that in the game?
What is?
I just heard, did you eat like a corn chip?
Oh my gosh. No, I ate a cheese in game.
Oh, in Stardew, okay. It was so crunchy. I will say, it's not Kate's fault. I'm hungry all the friggin' time. I physically feel, first off, I'm hungry right now, for the record. But I feel hunger at least 4 to 6 times a day. The actual physical feeling in your stomach of like, I need to eat right now. Half a dozen times a day, easy.
I get surprised. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're like, how do you eat so much? Or like, how do you get hungry so often?
I'm like, now they have a protein bar or something.
Yo, Alfie, thank you so much for the cheers. No, I'm small because I've been small my whole life. My mom's side of all females are like that. My grandma, my mom, me. My sister's not so much, but I think the genetics plays a huge role in that. But like when I saw Ryan, and then like when I saw like his weight fluctuates, I was like stunned. I'm like, is that how humans supposed to be? Because like my family, I never see like my mom like gaining weight, or like, you know, my sister gaining weight or losing weight. Like everyone looked like the body never like fluctuated ever. But Ryan, like, he's like, oh, I'm on a diet, and then like he will go slim, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna like work out. He gets buff, and I'm just like, whoa, like I didn't know body can like fluctuate like that. I think my mom's gene somehow, like, our family don't fluctuate in weights, or like, I don't know. So it was kind of, I was like, oh, new world.
Honestly, like when I'm not eating well, I can chub up pretty quick. Not like, you know, in a couple of months, but in like a year, definitely. Oh, flower dances today. But now I've got like the opposite problem, and I know that people are like, let's put it this way, it's not the kind of problem that people are sympathetic to. But now that I've, you know, honed my diet much better, I have to stuff myself just to maintain my current weight. I'm like eating constantly, trying to gain like a few kilos, and the best I can do is maintenance, which I'm okay with. But I think I went my whole life thinking I had like a slow metabolism, when I think in reality I had a fast metabolism, and I was just a little bit chubby because I ate like garbage.
I mean, like, I don't know. I have never like lost weight or gained weight. It's always been the same. Even if I like tried, it, like, never really works. And then in the forest,
I'm on my way.
and then like same thing with my mom, same thing with my grandma. Like, I think it's just my mom's genes like that, I think. I don't know where the forest is though. Where's the forest? Forest is south. Bottom left. Okay.
I don't trust any community event that starts at 9 a.m. on a weekday.
Yeah, but these people don't have weekdays. Every day is weekend.
Must be nice.
Yeah, but then for us, well, I mean, for you at least, you only have Saturday off.
Yeah. I think that's good. I could do it the second weekend day, for sure. But at least to take one day off now.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, I cannot believe my husband didn't take a day off for like longest time.
Yeah, it was like 7 years. I mean, we took vacations, but oh, okay.
Did you say you're 70 years old?
No, I said I didn't take an actual day off for like 7 years, but
oh,
we took vacations. But now having an actual structured day off is very nice.
let's see what he's selling. Oh, rare crow. Get.
This open field. ... It makes me nervous. Whisper. Happy thoughts, Kent. Happy thoughts. My man's he's having a rough time.
Oh, Ryan, can I handle your request right now?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to Kent. Yeah. Okay. Are we dancing? I guess we've spoken for each other.
When it starts.
Kent has no more dialogue. That's what I like about Stardew Valley, is its nuanced portrayal of mental illness. Who do I talk to start this freaking dance, dude? Should we start the dance?
Oh.
Yes.
I was talking to people.
My mistake.
Oh yeah. Yo, it's the...
It's midsummer.
Yeah, midsummer. The May Queen.
Oh.
Oh. I'm thinking...
Yo, where'd you learn those moves?
Oh, you're slowly approaching. You're slowly approaching.
And I'm winning.
Wait, is that it?
I feel like I didn't really get to do much.
That was fun. Time
That was
to go
fun.
home.
Time to go home. That should be our last day, probably.
Okay, let me put fruits. And then
Yeah,
put away
clear
the
out my
rare crow.
inventory. Honestly, like, I respect the suggestion to have mass gainer, but I'm already kind of big.
What is mass gainer?
That's like the weight gainer that you got. That was like a scoop is like 2,000 calories.
Yeah,
I'm not underweight. I'm just trying to gain muscle, and I accept that it's slow. I don't urgently need to put on like 20 pounds of flesh.
Hehe. Collecting all the rare crows, dude. Are you watering something?
Oh, I'm in bed, but I was dreaming about a waterfall.
Oh my god. What? Gonna sell this. Yeah. We're gonna make so much money.
Bring.
Oh, it wasn't that much money. Honey is only 100G? Lame. Did you catch a snail?
Yeah, in my crab pot.
Oh my god.
Catching mucho snails.
You need flowers to make it worth it? Oh. I guess I'll make my honey ground next week.
Oops.
Let's see. Ding. We're ending here, right?
Yes.
Alright. Exit.
And exit.
Well, thank you, Ryan, for joining me.
It was my pleasure.
I was thinking about... I watched the Wolfenstein co-op, but I'm like... not really...
The buzz is... I haven't played it yet. I want that to be clear.
Yeah.
But the buzz is like...
Yeah.
It's worse than Wolfenstein, but still pretty good.
Well, I
I
saw the
think it's-
gameplay, but I was like, I'm not about that. Like in the very opening scene, like in the very, very beginning, the beginning of the game, like, you know, it's two like it's a sister, right? Like two girls, and then like this girl like kills like a Nazi or something,
Yeah.
and then like she like throws up, but then laughing at the same time. And the other girl is like, "Ugh, there's like a piece of his brain in my mouth," and I'm just like, oh. Yeah, not my kind of thing. I don't find that funny. So I was like, I think I'll cringe more than actually laugh at those kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where I drew my line. But anyways, thanks Ryan.
It's my pleasure.
I will see you soon.
Yes.
Alright, chat. Thank you so much for joining. It was my pleasure to play Stardew with you. Freaking, you got me. You got me. I will see you guys tomorrow, Friday. I think I'll be playing more Mario. And then maybe move on to, I don't know, Fire Emblem. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But at the moment, it's Mario. And if I'm having fun with Mario, we'll be playing Mario for a long time. So tomorrow, join me. I go live at 11 a.m. PST and stream for like 7 hours. It's gonna be fun. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for the subs, gift subs, especially gift subs. Thank you so much. And the resubs, Twitch Prime sub. It's all good. And the bits as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.
But would I take a Beatles redo or a full-on techno renovation of Run Your Sets? I mean, in this modern age, it's a pretty easy decision. Run Your Sets or Hey Jude. If you say Hey Jude, just please excuse yourself from the table. There will be no supper for you. I mean, that's called an egregious play, but we're out here risking it all. It just comes down to run your sets. Nice shot, kid. Run your sets here. We won PUBG VR, we won Fortnite Battle Royale, we won Call of Duty Battle Royale, we won Apex Battle Royale, but we haven't tasted the sweet victory of Tetris 99 Battle Royale. Run your sets here. Slide the perp into the Twitch Prime. Keep the perps Twitch Prime. Keep the light blues with the light blues. Keep the greens with the green Twitch Prime. Slide the perp into the Twitch Prime. Keep the perps Twitch Prime. Keep the light blues with the light blues. Keep the greens with the green Twitch Prime. They don't want us to succeed. They don't want our sets to be running. Out here just popping. It's what we do. Now you reach in your back pocket. Just take it easy. Hit them with the T-try. It just comes down to run your sets. Nice shot, kid. Run your sets here. Just out here running sets, boys. Run your sets. Keep the light blues with the light blues. Keep the greens with the green. Nice and easy here. Just keep running our sets. Match your colors. You don't have to think. All this is match your colors. Match your colors. Match your colors. Nice shot, kid. Run your sets here. We come out and we run our sets.